You know what time it is. Back in the building of Flowhio Studios, the house that Serge and Alfie built. You are listening to His, Hers, and Ours, a real-life conversation. Real-life couple holding real-life conversation with real-life friends. I am your co-host this week, the casualty of war, Solomon Davis.
Wow, is it that bad?
It's casualty of war, man. War week didn't go as well as I planned. Along with, as always,
Shannon Royal Davis.
the culture queen herself. Joined, as always, as well, to my right, Mr. Alfie Santana. Behind the ones and twos, the Surgeon General.
Hi, guys.
And the team captain of Team Solomon, Reginald Gray.
Oh my God, this is so. Oh my God, y'all
We
so
in the building.
cornballs.
Like I said, feeling bad. Casualty of war. Didn't come out the way I wanted it to, but hey, can't win them all. We will bounce back.
Yeah.
We will see them SOBs on December 12th.
It's okay, you're not the only casualty this week.
It's okay, but we're not gonna even jump into that right away.
No. We'll do that.
Let's just jump into some positive stuff, like, cause I'm off of y'all with this negative energy.
Let's
'Cause
go,
it's
New Day,
man,
Power of Positivity.
Whatever.
It's
So
a new
much
day.
of out
Yes, it
here
is.
with a little girl power, a little Meg the Stallion. She did her photo shoot for her
Damn,
graduation.
Looking good in a one
And I'm
piece
so
and her
proud of her.
diploma.
I am, because first off, I don't know if many people even know her backstory. How like she's lost her mom, her dad, her grandmother. Like, so she has nobody like in her immediate direct family. So I have to shout her out because of the simple fact that it's a struggle to still find a way to push through and persevere through all of that. Even through, you know, making it big in the music business, she is graced the covers of Sports Illustrated. Like, she's doing her thing. And for everybody to have all the jokes
Just
and the
named
tarts,
Vogue Woman of the Year.
yeah, and she's in the finals for the Glam magazine Woman of the Year too, as well. Her and three other people. So I'm really excited about Meg and what she has in store. Reginald, why are you looking like that?
No,
You
I
got
didn't
your uncle daddy look on your face. Like,
No,
what
I
is
didn't
the
know it was
problem?
about her, really.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I know the name.
I had no idea.
Yeah, as far as I know, she
Right.
blew up, and I don't know. I didn't know
You
she
just
blew
know
up
she
like
got
that.
shot by Tory Lanez, huh?
Before that, I knew. Yeah. Yeah. But
That
no,
is
I
not
didn't-
funny.
I mean,
Violence
I-
against women.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know all the accolades you were saying. I'm like, she did? Really? I missed all this? I'm like,
Yeah, so she's doing all this stuff with, like, the people that she create a circle with, you know, like her extended family, that kind of stuff or whatever. So I always, like, I love to hear, like, I like to champion women anyway. And when you see that she's more than just somebody twerking and she got brains, you know, and she's doing her thing, like, she's taking advantage of every opportunity.
has she knocked Cardi off the number one spot?
Nah,
I think Cardi's got that title as far as pop culture goes.
Yeah.
But I think Meg's right behind her.
But there's
To get into, like, you know, the advertising with food franchises such as
Yeah.
Popeyes and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Oh,
And-
so that is her sauce.
yeah.
Yeah, that
And
is
I mean,
her
I'm not a Meg Thee Stallion fan as far as her music, and I don't get into the, you know,
And the visuals.
hot girls and what have you. But this song,
Yeah,
the song
sure.
that's out right now, I mean, it's catchy as hell.
Which one's that?
The hands on my
I think
knees,
he's saying
you know,
all that, yeah.
that shit it just
It
sticks
is,
in your
yeah.
head.
Okay.
It's just real catchy. But
But
to tie it into sports, I don't know if you know who was the person who originally signed her to a record label.
I had no idea. It was a
Oh, yeah,
Carl Crawford.
Yep.
Yeah,
Used to play with the Rays.
He act like Diddy low key putting these people in these jacked up contracts, but nonetheless, I still, like I said,
Where's she
I
from?
applaud her. She's from
Houston.
Houston, from Texas. So she represents, like, so in her photos she had like the D's, you know, the big Chevys and stuff like that, and had like her diploma stuff, like all the stuff in the back or whatever. But I just admire her, one, because like you get to see a brown skinned chick win. I know people don't like to go there or whatever because it's colorist or whatever, but most of the time the people that get pushed to the front are the light skinned black girls, and then you be cute for a dark skinned chick, and you hear I'm not gonna play with you. But that's what happens. So I just like to see her win. I mean, that's a plus. One time for the brown chicks.
What about
You
Kelly?
know, I don't care what color.
Kelly who?
Well,
It could
Kelly
be light or
Rowland.
dark. Let them win.
Did
Yeah,
Kelly
Kelly-
Rowland get the same?
Kelly was in the
know what
background because she was dark skinned.
Okay.
I'm just saying, like, you don't get the same shine, and that's colorism, and it's taught amongst
about
our
Foxy?
kids. Foxy was still behind Lil Kim
I'm messing with
in
you.
a way. I'm just trying to like put it out, like they
I'm
will
playing
still.
devil's advocate.
But I'm just saying, there's always another in front of that one, and that's how it always looks. Like, you think Cardi doesn't rap better than Meg. Meg actually writes her own stuff a lot. So somebody does that for Cardi, and Cardi knows how to ride the beat and do her thing. And I'm not taking anything from her in that regard, but you have to do a little bit more. Like, I like Cash Doll. Cash Doll raps hard to me too. But she's
She
not
acts
gonna
her
get.
ass off too.
Yeah, you like to see her in BMF, Catch Cash Dog BMF. But
Yeah.
in that same token, like she doesn't get the same credit. You know, like she's not being pushed in the same way. And it it all depends on who you align yourself with. So like I said, I like that she's winning. She's on the cover, and you get to see this beautiful brown girl doing her thing in spite of her struggle. Like she's still doing all these different things. So shout out to my girl Meg.
Congratulations, Meg Thee Stallion. On
By the
your
way, has anybody had that
graduation.
sauce in this room yet?
I haven't been to Popeyes to get the sauce. When I go to Popeyes, I be getting chicken wings. I don't get no chicken sandwich. I'm
No, it's
not.
for your tenders.
I don't even usually get. I get the tenders
It's
for
hottie
Royal.
sauce. Get some hot sauce.
Hottie sauce.
Royal usually get the chicken tenders, but we haven't been there. I mean, the last time we went Popeyes, they internet down, so they was cash only. And of course, I'm the mama who don't have no cash.
No, I was
So
wondering about
therefore
that
it
because
is.
like the one up the street here, like I don't know what's going on up there. It's a whole mess.
Nah, but the day that we went up there, actually, because I was like, dog, Popeyes. Every time we come up here, y'all always out of cash. You tell me what chicken you don't have. Y'all a chicken place. I have
How
a
you
problem
not
with that,
exactly?
right? You talking about you only got dark meat or white? Like I have a problem
How?
with that. Like you need to understand your customers. You are on Hillsborough, across from the casino. I need you to always have your stuff together. So this particular time, their systems were down.
I need you to
but
have
we're
that
all
same
out.
energy with the ice cream machine at McDonald's.
Yeah, for real.
I don't really. When we go to McDonald's, what I get? A Happy Meal, and that's it. You don't see me leave McDonald's with anything else because my expectations of McDonald's are down to the floor.
I wonder if they're gonna have those eggnogs shakes like they usually do.
You be trying all
But
that
then-
stuff.
Look at
You
Alfie
sound
ringing
like
in the
Solomon.
holidays.
You sound like
Eggnog,
Solomon be
real
trying to
fat
make
boy.
The mint
ribs.
one, right? The mint shakes, right?
Yeah.
That's for the same.
But
time
they
they-
machine always be down.
Always.
So, but I do sometimes play with them, be like, "Hey, y'all machine working?" And they'll even chuckle because they know that's the running line.
Yeah, it's running gag.
But yeah, so nah, I don't usually get any ice cream from
Serge,
them.
what about you, buddy?
Huh?
What you get?
I mean, I don't really get nothing from nowhere. If I get ice cream, I'm going to the spot over there by Wingstop.
Wings.
Oh, Cold Stone.
Cold Stone Creamery.
Oh, y'all
you
so
got
bougie.
expensive taste.
No, that's not
Y'all
bougie.
better hit
Delicious.
No, Bose. Y'all better hit a Bose.
Oh no, I've been to
Stop
Bose,
playing.
but that one's a lot closer to Bose.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's convenient, so it's more of the convenient thing.
Yeah.
Cookie
Gotcha.
dough too.
Oh my goodness.
Cookie, I gotta have
Man,
Did you
I
tell me
can't.
that Bose ice cream's better than Cold Stone Creamery?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Is that what you say?
I grew up on Bose. Like you would not disrespect Bose.
I'm not disrespecting.
You
I'm
haven't
just
been to
saying.
Bose?
Me? No. I haven't.
Let me tell you. So let me.
You can't go.
So
You
the
can't knock
thing
it till
about
you
it
try.
I know where
is,
it's at. I just haven't
so
been
try
there.
Bose. Try mine before you say that because my
Yeah.
thing
Get
is,
you a thick and chunky.
man,
Sounds
It's a
like-
Tampa staple, man. You
it
gotta go to
is.
Bose.
And like the thing with Bose, they've homegrown. They've been here. They've been here since I was like when I was a little kid. So I know
Actually,
they've been
when was
here
the last
over
time
40
that
some
was-
Since a
years.
little kid, I mean,
was it
they
Brady Lee or
old.
somebody?
They
That
is
Facebook
real.
mentioned it.
You older than me, so you
They
know.
old.
So you know
Since
they
you was a
real
kid.
old. You older than me, so
I'm just
that's
saying.
what it is.
What else you got?
I wanted to touch on. Did you see the? They picked out the jurors for the Ahmaud Arbery trial,
Oh boy.
and you talk about a slap in the face.
Put me up on game. 'cause I'm
So
not
the
aware.
Ahmaud Arbery trial is beginning. They're doing jury selections and stuff. And of the 12 jurors that they selected, only one was black. And the judge even said that it looked like racial selectiveness.
Yep.
But they still allow it to go through.
Okay.
So they said there were a number of qualified jurors, black, Asian, Hispanic, whatever. But you found a juror of 11 whites and 1 black. Not even a Hispanic in there nowhere, but just 11 whites and 1 black.
So let's keep it real. We sat here the weekend after the whole George Floyd verdict and the sentencing and what have you. We saw the celebrations that were in the street. How we said, one time it looks like we won. We kind of expected this going forward. We all know that there are many more cases very similar to George Floyd that are going to be taking place, and the answers that we're going to get are not going to be the same as what we got with George Floyd. And there's going to be a bias there. There's going to be a reflection there that's going to show where the real power struggle lies within this country and why we have this hard time getting equality the way that we search for it. So, I mean, when we see a jury selected of 11 whites and 1 black in a situation where we talk about, racism.
And the crazy part is it's supposed to be of your peers, and 40% of the population is black. So how are you going to tell me?
I guess it was of the defendant's peers because they're white. It's 3 white men. So I guess that was maybe that's the guideline of it. But
plus, also when they're picking out the jurors, they can't not select you because of race, but they can find anything else.
Yeah.
But
if the judge even said that it looked like racial selectiveness,
I think with him saying
it should have automatically been moved to somewhere else.
But
like that
thing,
to me within itself.
I'm trying to wonder the prosecution here. I mean, they have to agree on jurors.
No, because you get voir dire, they get to pick and choose, and even the prosecution get to select. Oh no, we're excusing that person. So
exactly.
You get to do it.
So
both.
at some point in time, they had to be like, well, it looks like things aren't gonna. They
were the
agree
ones
with
who
some of the
brought it
selection.
to the attention of the judge. Like, hey, this looks like racial selectiveness. Like you're doing it specifically for that purpose. So therefore, that was an issue. And they were the ones who pointed out to the judge. The judge didn't just come out and voluntarily say, "Oh yeah, this is like racial selectiveness." No, it was the prosecution that pointed it out.
I think what Solomon's saying is before you even got that far.
You had to when you both are interviewing, the prosecution and the defense are interviewing these jurors. When they say, "Yeah, I want him," and no, we veto him, and what have you. At some point in time, they had to agree to most of these people. So
think about it in this regard. How many times that you've been selected for? I know I do it all the time, but I think I'm getting better. I've been in the jury space, and I've been like I like to do the federal cases versus like the local, like the city thing, because you get 2 different types of jury selections. And on one, we were sitting there for so long, and I was like, Lord, I know I can't do this for 3 days. And it was one where it was like, because I worked in insurance, I was like, yes, I've dealt with insurance, so therefore they're going to excuse me. I got all the way down. They still was playing around. I kept saying, look, I'll be honest. I can see it both ways. You wouldn't want me to use my professionalism and say, yeah, that could have been avoided. Or use my personal experience and say, I've been there, done that, and I would go the other way.
Did that work?
So it worked for a little while until it came down to the last ones. But I didn't want to be on that case because I could see the parent, like, they were keeping me on literally because I could see the defense like, okay, I like her. And I was like, no, because she did look like she can. And I would be judging you based off what you look like to me. You came from money. You hit this little girl. You towed his family's vehicle up. These people had their own little grocery store. They done lost whatever they have, but now they're suing you for, they got your money from your insurance. Like, I think they got over like $40,000 from their people insurance. And now you're suing them directly for whatever, personal injury. So you were going after the girl's family, not necessarily her. So you knew that she was a purse. So therefore, I would have sided a different way because at my point, like, okay, is he not able to walk? Did they lose legs? What's going on?
You should have stayed on the case.
I shouldn't have. No, I didn't. I wanted to be excused.
So let me ask you this. Now knowing what the jury looks like, if it comes back and, they find the defendant guilty and he is given the full extent of what they can sentencing-wise, how would you feel that?
Three of them, isn't it?
It's 3.
Yeah.
It's
Okay.
a father, son, and a friend.
Right. So if the book gets thrown at them, how would you feel about
They're
that?
not getting the book.
I
They-
doubt it will
they
happen.
don't
No, I'm
really-
being hypothetical.
Because I think they both have police connections. Because the reason,
And that was why
That's why it took so long
state
for them to-
attorney
yeah.
who was originally on it, she got in trouble for it. But I want to see what they do to her first, because I want to see my legal dollars work for real.
she hit this whole thing
because you disclosed,
until that video came out.
and you knew you were wrong. You knew because you had a personal relationship with them. You should have already excused yourself from the beginning. You shouldn't have had any parts in that place, as far as trying to figure out if they should get any type of should they be charged or how they should be charged. You shouldn't have had any parts in that process. They have an assisted state attorney that can do that part for you. That's why they're there. But if you're the one taking the heat and you're doing it, I want to see what type of punishment they give her first. I haven't even heard anything else. Like, I don't even think she's been into trial on her own thing, which I know that it should usually be, it kind of coincide or line up with this trial anyway.
I do
But
know
I
the defendants, their counsel were talking about how he was going in and out of houses and there were robberies in the area, and they were trying to do a citizen's arrest. So that's what they're going with. Like, we're trying to do a citizen's arrest.
That sounds good.
It just went out of hand.
So
But
basically
at what
playing the
citizen
George
arrest-
Zimmerman
yeah.
role.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. You know, at least with George Zimmerman, he was actually on the phone with 911. They said don't do anything.
And he still did it.
Well, and what happened
You
was
got to stand your ground.
what happened was in that situation, which he still was wrong. Trayvon came back to him and said, "Why you following me?"
Mm-hmm.
You know, I said, "This guy's been following me the whole time, and you're like, hey, you doing? What's up?" And that's when the tussle happened.
Where he can say self-defense.
Yeah. So that's how they flipped it to self-defense, but he was following him the entire time.
But,
in this situation,
But this situation, how can you even justify shooting him? Even if there had been break-ins in the area and you were trying to do a citizen's arrest, he didn't have anything on him that didn't belong to him. He wouldn't stop because you asked him to. And that's the problem. You chased him down. You were angry because his black man, and I'm saying it in that regard, wouldn't abide by what you desired, what you asked of him. You felt like he should have just listened to you. Man, please get out of here.
Now the third dude that was filming the whole thing, I don't know what's going to happen to him.
I think he's going to be just an accessory.
Yeah.
His charges won't be the same as the father and son. He's going to be an accessory to and after. So I just really think that those are more of his charges. I think that's why you have to kind of be charge heavy so that you can cover your bases, because they're not going to get man one. They'll probably get manslaughter because it was in a crime, heated of passion type of thing or whatever. So they'll probably get like some type of manslaughter.
What's man one? Is that intentional?
Man one is first degree is intentional.
Okay.
So you went with the intent to whatever.
Yeah, they're not getting that.
So
one.
I think they'll probably get more so like either man two or like manslaughter. Those are the ones that they'll probably go for, because like manslaughter, and I always say that because manslaughter covers such a broad range. It just kind of those incidents that lead up to something that happened. So, but that's it.
So sticking with legal things and what we've seen, should we speak about Henry Ruggs?
We can.
Yep.
We can
I'm gonna
go
bring it
on
up later
and
when we get
dance
done here
in
too.
Nah, we can dance on it into it now.
I mean, I just feel bad that a 22-year-old young man who's probably been playing a sport since he was 4 or 5 years old, spent countless hours perfecting his craft, is now basically just throwing his life away being irresponsible.
Yeah.
As you stated several times on the show, to NFL players, there are driver services that are allotted to them.
And that was so funny to hear Keyshawn even go back to what I said too. Well, Solomon knows, like, we had a family friend who was like major running back in the league for several years or whatever, and to the point where when I told Solomon that's my buddy, he like, man, whatever. So we get to this cookout and the dude like, cuz, what's up? I was waiting for y'all.
Like,
So
what the hell?
so Solomon just like kind of like in a struck in that way, but he was the one who taught us that. Like, he was like, no, we have driver service. I just usually ask y'all because y'all live in Tampa. So when I'm here, I prefer people I know. And if y'all are busy, then I'll take those chances. Like, I'll be like, okay, let me go ahead and call one of the service. But he never drove none of the times. Like, he's a smart player, whatever.
And that's what I saw Keyshawn. We might have said the same thing. When Keyshawn was talking, he said, I get it. You're 21, 22. You want to roll up.
Ain't nobody going to see you.
That's what he said. He goes, but you got to look at it this way. It's going to be in the parking lot.
Right.
Or it's going to be in the parking garage. Ain't nobody going to see it. What Keyshawn said he liked to do was have that Hummer
big black truck
with a driver in it. And you get
an
out.
Escalade or something.
That looks smooth when you get out the driver.
Somebody opening the door for you.
Yeah. And I'm like, damn, that does make sense. That do sound smooth.
But they do have all these services. And even since Solomon and I have been together, like when we were talking about local Bucks players who would get these DUIs, and I always said, why do they do this? You have Uber, Lyft. You can call that cab company. They number. I remember since I was a kid, it was all seven. Seven. Yeah, it's all sevens. It is like no other number in there, just a bunch of sevens.
You drunk, you can't mess that one up.
Yeah, you just dial that and they're gonna come. Anything. So like that to me.
What the whole thing is, speaking for someone who's had a couple of DUIs, what the whole thing is you let your guard down. Well, first of all, you're drinking, so you have bad decisions anyway. And so you're thinking, like, I can leave when I want to leave. I'm not stuck here with a Uber or a cab. I gotta wait. And then maybe I want to go someplace later on. And all that stuff goes to your head, which doesn't make sense because you're already at a spot already. You need to go home anyway. But it just doesn't make sense because you're not thinking clearly because you've been drinking. So especially in your early 20s.
Right.
Like, I think if you would have just had an accident, which his friend, I think, died or something from a DUI.
Yeah, he did. His friend died from an accident in high school, and that's why he always hold up the number threes when he scores or whatever he does. Like this. All right,
so I think in your 20s, if maybe he just had an accident and nobody died, that might have been a wake-up call. You learn from experience. Like, yo, dude, I did this one time. I got lucky. Only thing is his first accident, he
happens
didn't get
to
lucky.
be, yeah.
And the girl, and you saw the TMZ video where the car's burning up.
And he's crying on the ground.
He's on the ground with his girlfriend, and she's like, get some help. While she's saying that, the car's over there on fire, and the car explodes.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Even if they wanted to go help, they couldn't. How it just happened. But he couldn't because of the simple fact of how the car was hit. The impact of it. Those like newer cars usually shut down, so you're not able to even you have to like forcefully pull those things open because her car was already. I'm sure her doors was locked because it automatically does that. But the whole thing is I don't want anybody to drag Henry through the mud because I know we've all done stuff that we've been embarrassed and ashamed for that we. It's just by grace that we didn't kill somebody else in that process. I just want our kids to be smarter. This boy, you worked all your life to get to your dream job, and for it all to end in less than 2 years.
To me, that's crazy.
Yeah. But they had to have. Like, they had to.
Plus, with the whole Gruden thing,
yeah,
like the way the league is right now, like, dude, y'all usually gonna wait until the final court decision and all this stuff.
You
like,
can't.
Just the way it looks now, it just does not look good.
I mean, I guess my thing is where I feel. Well, I want to see what happens in the end result. I mean, and this isn't me trying to, vindicate him in any way, shape, or form. But for what we know, never been in any trouble in his entire life. Good
he
kid.
Better catch a plea deal.
Graduated from. Actually didn't leave early. Graduated from University of Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, what his major was, we don't know. But I mean, first time really getting in some serious trouble. I mean, are they gonna really try to hammer this kid?
Well, it depends.
It's unfortunately, this is going to sound so bad.
You think they're going to do it to him?
Yeah, for two reasons. Number one, the girl was in the car on fire, 22 years old, and her dog.
She was 23. And
they keep talking about the dog.
Yeah.
No, they keep saying a woman died and a dog died.
They really do.
They do.
I'm like, really?
I noticed that too. I was like, really? That's
you keep saying a dog?
But that's the thing. That's what they do.
That's how the media does it.
So when he's at court or something on trial, you're going to have Peter all in front of the courthouse.
Yeah. That's that's going to be part of this stuff. But for me, so with the whole thing, I hope they don't. I really honestly think he's going to get at least 5 years. My thing is his best bet is probably to try and hopefully he got some attorneys who know how to work their magic and get him as much less time as he can get. Because if that goes to trial, that's the hardest thing. You're never going to be able to come back from that. It goes to trial. I rather you own up to it. You know what you did wrong.
The bad part is. And again, if you have a DUI experience, unfortunately, is he blew.
Yeah.
And your lawyer tell you, don't you ever blow.
Yeah.
Don't
just let them.
Ever blow.
And because he sat there so long and he had to go to the hospital and everything else, they would have had to go through so much red tape to even get his drug alcohol level. His drinking his level. Yeah. He would have to go to the hospital. And by the time of sitting and doing all that stuff, it could have sobered him up. And that's where he messed up if he blew on the scene. But it
wasn't on the scene. They said it was afterwards. It was
when he agreed to it either way. Because he could have declined it as many times as you said, no, I would have talked to my lawyer. And no matter how impaired he looked, that would have been for a jury. That would have been the courts to decide that. And that's one of the things that I learned that from my grandfather. He used to do that all the time. But he used to always go to the store around the corner from our house. So when I'm 14 years old.
And do what?
Drink and drive. When I was 14, I learned how to drive my granddaddy big old Cadillac because he'd get drunk at the store. And we would drive him home or whatever. But he had gotten caught a couple of times before, but he was driving so slow or whatever that those police officers knew who he was or whatever. And they saved him several times. But just think, somebody could have been walking out there and he could have hit them, And for my grandfather always says, I would never ever blow. He said I could be pissy drunk, but I will never ever blow. For a sobriety test.
Same thing.
Never take a sobriety test.
You know what I found amazing in the whole thing, though? I mean, I saw the pictures of him the next day in the courthouse with the neck brace on and what have you. Of course, the young woman who died, but the girlfriend, no injuries at all.
She had minor scrapes and stuff, nothing major.
I mean, think,
but he gonna have to marry her.
156 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Look, when I said that, when I seen it, I said, I was like, he gonna have to wife her.
Well,
he's gonna have to.
Together.
It doesn't matter. Even if he had no desires to before, he gonna have to wife her now.
I don't know if they're being sarcastic or not, saying, man, she should have took the rap for him.
I always say that.
But my thing is, even if you say that, so you want me to go to jail for a poor decision? I go to jail.
If you love me.
You gonna be out here playing house with somebody with my baby? Y'all crazy. Y'all
I'ma
gotta be
hold you
kidding
down.
me.
You?
No.
about
What
us.
I'm
Your
not
commissary gonna be straight.
Let me
Listen.
explain. I don't need no commissary. Look, because the minute you get mad and when I get out and it don't work out, you ain't leaving me nothing. There's nothing.
I won't ever
You
let
gonna cookie lying me is what you gonna do, and I'm gonna have to come in and snatch my stuff.
And Cookie was straight when
But
she
Cookie
came
had
home.
to come in and fight for that. My thing is, men, y'all move on so fast. Somebody up here stepmom and my baby, I'm gonna come back and I'll get a murder charge because I'm gonna kill you and her. That's how it operates.
Okay,
for me.
Summer Walker.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna kill all y'all. I'm gonna kill all y'all. Men do not stay around for the same stuff. Like women, we be holding y'all down, pen paling y'all. Y'all don't.
Women are capable of far deeper cruelty.
That's it. No, the cruelty was the fact that I took this drug, this DUI for you.
Chapter 1, verse
Now
1.
I'm gonna be look. Now, you know how long you have to live with that DUI? Because now I can't get no insurance. Even if we don't work out, and you want to get full custody of the kid, because now she got a DUI because you don't want to pay child support. Oh, this and that.
felony.
Yeah, she's a felon. She makes poor decisions. See, this is the type of stuff I'd be processing.
But by this time,
I can't.
By this
I
time,
ain't
he's on his
even.
second contract, though.
I ain't
Exactly.
Even, it don't matter. He ain't trying to get. This is what he will do. He'll be like, yeah, because now I want me a couple of meals. I ain't getting her no meal for what? She just went to jail. She is an unfit mother. She got a DUI.
She was going
up
156
156 miles, killed somebody, and now she want
y'all
to
think
take
she want
custody of
my
my
kid?
kid. Right. See, this is why I wouldn't do that.
Damn.
And women need to understand how that works. That's all that taking that drug. He may send you some commissary, but you come home, you're going to be at the outhouse, not in the big house. Yeah, you crazy. Nah, I'm good on that
Cookie
one.
Lions.
I'm good. Yep, she gonna be at the exactly. She gonna be at the Section 8 house getting treated like she the help. Okay, I'm not doing it.
damn.
I ain't even doing it. So don't get no DUI, homeboy. Because all I'm gonna tell you is if this thing go left and it get ugly, I'm gonna be like, Your Honor,
What happened for better or
he
for
has
worse?
look. Yeah, that's
richer
what
or
it
for
is.
poor?
That's what it
You
is.
ain't
Her, worse for you.
Look, right. And I ain't even say better or worse. What I said.
I don't
For
know
better
what you
and for
said.
better.
Yeah.
For richer and for richer. Yeah, I said all of that. I
Wait, is that what you
recorded
guys'
that.
vows?
That's what she said.
I said that during my vows.
Damn.
Gold digger.
Go for what? You ain't her name. What are you talking about?
Wait a minute. I thought that when the
killing me.
the pastor or
He
whoever,
did.
the clergyman
He's
or
supposed to
whoever does
repeat
it.
when he said for better or
Exactly.
for worse. I felt for better and for better.
For richer, for richer.
For richer and for richer. Yeah, because
Is that legal?
I'm here, look, I'm here to help upgrade you. We are not going to be going for worse. No, we not. If we do, we'll go that in that route. But it's for better and for better.
For better or for worse. And Shannon's like,
For better and for better.
Alright.
I ain't speaking that negativity. I'm not speaking that negativity amongst over this marriage. That's what it
I didn't know
was.
you could do that. But
I'm not
okay,
speaking
cool.
this
I'll make a note.
negativity in
So
this marriage.
technically, if she didn't say what the pastor told her to say, we might not legally be married.
Well, that ain't what Hillsborough County
I'm
said
just
on that notarized paper. Yeah, buddy. So figure it out however you want
just
to.
saying.
Figure it out how you want to.
So while I do some research to see if I'm legally married or not, we're gonna roll into this first break.
Go ahead.
Shout out to my man Jay-Z, whose movie The Harder They Fall premiered on Netflix last
We'll
night.
talk about it.
We will talk about that, but also giving a shout out to the man Jay-Z being inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, sir.
President Obama stepping up in
Yeah,
and
OKJ got
inducting
that
him.
too.
So
made peace with Dame Dash.
yeah, he threw Dame a
Yeah,
couple
kinda.
lines.
About time.
Yeah.
Y'all both 50 years old. Man, come on.
I mean, it is what it is. We're gonna talk.
We're
about
going to
that
go
later
into
on.
this break because he sound like he's struggling to get through this break. Let's go.
Hey, you said for better, for better.
Here we go. Let's go.
And richer for richer.
We'll be right back. The first song in the break is going to be from the soundtrack of The Harder They Fall, featuring Jadakiss, Jay-Z, and there's one other artist. I'm not sure who it is, but it's called King Kong Riding.
Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing song. Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the wall. Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing songs. Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the wall.
The Wild Boys, King Kong of the Cowboys. You see the bloodshed after you hear the loud noise. We black outlaws, opposite of the Proud Boys. Coming on horseback, mission to bring the boss back. Came to kill shit, tell them that they can all come. Harder they fall, that's depending on where they fall from. They trying to figure out where did we get the call from. I'm trying to see where the fuck did they get the gall from. Soon as the chains pop, the things pop. Right after the heart stop, the brain stops. Whenever the clock stops, the game stops. Question is, when does the pain stop? If you do it more than once, then you know you a killer. If you do it more than that, then you know that you iller. You slip through the cracks, get dough and be triller. Why would you even play when you know we gorillas?
Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing song.
What?
Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the wall. Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing songs. Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the
Feeling like
wall.
I'm in my best shape ever. Neck full of treasure, my investments together might have Jeff through the leather. Hamilton, I don't fold, I expected the pressure, so don't compare me to nobody, boy. I'm the illest nigga next to whoever. Tell them rappers behave, them subliminals on Twitter don't really rattle my cage. Notice when I mention my release date, had them afraid. Made legends get in they bag when they heard the way I spaz. Shooters on the road, them niggas half of my age. They will clap, splatter your waves. Niggas ain't fucking with none of this shit I scribbled down on the page. Then I'm paid $100K to go spit that on the stage. Look, the road wasn't easy, I ain't perfect. Nobody put me on, I just put the work in. My bitch keep my pole in a Birkin. If I up it, it's curtains. Y'all know who running this shit for certain.
Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing song. Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the wall. Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing songs. Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the
We
wall.
raised by wolves in the crack den. We the Chicago Bulls, nigga, up back then. That boy Tiger Woods don't make me back nines. We paid in full, sheepskin with the wool. PTSD from the concrete. Jungle, I move a bundle, 100 at my peak. My cocaine records stand up next to me. Tiger Cubs in the clubs, helicopters above. Yeah, them flex weak, I speak patois. Yeah, Jamaica connects, Dominican with the bricks. Loud the fish scales and double dragon. Brooklyn was a zoo, little monkey swung through. Banana clips on a boot wop, we want static. About my issue, magazine on a pistol. National Geographic, that boy hell. King Kong dies on these ends and anybody else.
Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing song. Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the wall. Gorilla in the jungle, man, I don't sing songs. Bang my chest up, my name King Kong. Brick it to my God, make them fall. Brick it to smash his head off the wall.
We're back.
Fall back, spring forward.
So is it still dark?
Yeah.
Yep. All right, and we're back with His, Hers, and Ours. I am your co-host, Shannon Royal Davis, with...
The man himself, Solomon Davis,
He called himself that. Go ahead.
amongst many other things.
Okay. Go ahead. So you go ahead and jump off this second segment.
So, being as we have a bunch of musical fans in the audience, we're going to talk about the Kanye West interview. Or, excuse me, he's not Kanye West anymore. He's Ye.
Ye.
Is it Ye? Ye?
He's Ye.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah,
On
I'm
Drink
yeah.
Champs
Mm-hmm.
by Nori.
I gotcha.
Kanye being Kanye, in my opinion. I've always stated that as a person, I don't agree with the things that he does. As an artist, he's a fucking legend. I mean, he's just creative as hell. I agree with some of the things that he said. Other things were just, like I said, Ye being Ye. One of the things that a lot of people are talking about is his comment about Big Sean and that being the worst mistake he's ever made in music by signing Big Sean. Mind you, on the Good Music project that was released, Big Sean appeared on 75% of the tracks from the Good Music album,
Correct.
which was one of Kanye's better albums.
Yeah.
I personally am a fan of Big Sean myself. I just disagree, or I agree with what Big Sean had to say afterwards with, I was just in this man's face, and if he felt that way about me, he could have said the same
Kanye
thing.
a coward.
I don't think Kanye is a coward. I just think that, he says what he says to garner attention. He knew that would get ratings.
No, he's a coward because anybody he ever has a beef with, he'd rather say it to somebody else than to say it directly to them. That's why I call Kanye a coward. It doesn't matter who it is and whoever he's ever had a beef with or whatever. Whenever he's in a battle, he go get somebody else. Like, I'm going to go get my brother for you. I have a problem with that. My thing is, you could be the best producer. You ain't gangster, you ain't hood, and that's okay. But
how many people in this industry are? I'm
not saying that. I'm not saying that they are, or whatever the case may be. But they rap like they are. Kanye don't rap like he's from those streets. He don't even. That ain't even who he is. My thing is, if you felt like that about that man, say it to his face. Don't be sending those subliminal messages. That's why Jay-Z was ignoring him for years when he was up here acting all like he was, I don't need Jay and all this other stuff. Jay helped you get out there too.
And he acknowledged that. I mean, when asked a question, would he ever do a versus against Jay-Z, he said no, he declined because he felt that Jay-Z was his boss and that he couldn't do a versus with Jay-Z. But he also went on to state that
he would do it with 4 other people.
It would take 4 people to do a versus against him. There'd have to be a writer, there'd have to be a producer, there'd have to be a rapper, and then whoever the 4th, I don't know. But
well, I don't know how many of them he can say because then he can use the people who wrote his verses for him. Yeah.
I mean,
because it's a ton of people that were there. Who was it on someone's show who was talking about, man, some of the stuff I wish I would have kept for myself. Gosh, I can't even.
Well, in the battle that he had going on with Drake was like, a lot of the hot bars that you spit, I wrote, but I found that kind of whimsical because a lot of the hot bars that Drake spit, somebody else writes. So
yeah,
Ja
Rule said that. That's what it was. It was on another verses, and Ja Rule was saying the same thing, like how he wrote stuff for Kanye. He's written stuff for a lot of people. But you can't, to me, like, you can't get on here and say, like, you can make, your biggest mistake could have been the fact that you hid that you was bipolar. I'd rather for him to have come out like that and said that to me. Because that way people would have understood how to deal with Kanye versus always either picking on him or finding fault in him. They would be like, that's just Kanye, and respect that because maybe y'all his meds today. That should have been his biggest mistake to me.
I mean, but when Kanye first gained his popularity, I mean, we weren't in the age of mental health like we are right now.
I don't even think it wasn't even an issue for him at that point. He wasn't realizing it. I think the bigger his ego got, that's when he started to have those mental breakdowns. And I'm sure he probably
was it an ego because the old cliche, money doesn't change you; it just makes you more of who you are.
Yeah, maybe.
So, I mean, the fact that he came into this fame, came into these riches, it just made him more of who Kanye truly was.
I think his mom helped kind of suppress that character. She was able to kind of keep a thumb on the way he acted out in a way. And I feel bad that, moms are something special. And when you lose that, you feel like you lose like a major part of who you are. And I think that's what Donda was to him, like in the sense of she knew all her sons' triggers. She knew everything about him because that's your kid. You know those different things about him. You see those different sides of them, and you know how to kind of keep a thumb on however they act, and you can kind of control how they act out. I think when he lost that's when he kind of just fell apart, and it grew into this bigger monster than what it is. I don't care about you being arrogant.
I'm a monster.
I don't care about a person being arrogant or whatever the case may be, because I think there's a bit of arrogance in everybody. You have to have that because you have to create some type of character for yourself within yourself internally when you become so popular, because you have to build up a wall that people are going to talk about you, and you don't want them to tear you down in any way. So I just think that, to me, I like the fact that he did the interview, but I could tell he didn't have all his meds that day. He didn't.
Think?
I don't think that.
Plus, he was taking a bunch of shots.
I think he was drunk, and the meds
started talking.
They tell you on them pill bottles, do not take with alcohol.
Well, you saw him turning up with the Hennessy.
Yep.
So
that was an image for him because he's up there with his boys, like he's up there with Nori and them, and this is what Nori does. But Nori, everybody said Nori will make you drink because they say Nori has this little personality because he used to be pissy drunk on his.
Oh, dude, he stopped doing that.
Yeah, I'm glad.
He would start off. He had some great interviews, great questions. Then he started slurring. Play worse than what I was doing when I was.
But you have a smaller audience than Nori. Okay?
I know, right?
So that's the difference. That's the only difference. Okay.
So, if you watch the interview in its entirety, being a married woman yourself, how do you feel about?
Wait, is she?
I mean,
have we confirmed that?
We haven't confirmed it yet.
Whatever.
But being married,
according to those court documents.
Being married, allegedly.
According to those court documents.
How did you feel about the portion of the conversation about Kim?
So,
well, first, what did he say about Kim? I didn't watch it.
So Nori I'm asking him about the marriage and going through the divorce proceedings, and he's like, that's my wife, man. I mean, people can say what they want to say. That's my wife. It's the mother of my kids, and he just kept referring to her as my wife.
Their divorce isn't final,
right?
So she's legally, that's still his wife. But
but being seen out in public on dates with these different people and what have you.
Well, we don't know what kind of date it is. She can go on any kind of date, and people are gonna make it about something else. It could be a friend, like. I know that when I had like rough days or something like that, if my homegirl or whatever, if I was single or something like that, or going through a divorce or whatever, my friends will call me up and say, "Hey, let's go have something to eat.
Hold on,
hey, let's go do such and such."
You said if you were single.
If I was single or going through a divorce, did you not hear the last
and you
part?
You said your girlfriends.
Or a guy friend.
Would a guy friend
first off,
be saying, "Hey, let's go on a vacation. Let's go somewhere"?
First off, I don't have no guy friends that's like that.
And we're
my
keep
guy
it that
friends
way.
are my friend.
And
my
we're
guy.
gonna keep it that way.
So while we on that, we'll we gonna spin this to the. I'm gonna get what I want out of this too, since you want to try and throw it on there like that. But let's go. Anywho, I don't have any guy friends like that. My guy friends are like my brothers. So when I'm going through something like that, there's no way they're gonna be like, "Hey, Shannon, let's just go on vacation, you and I." They're never gonna be like that. They're not like
what
that.
kind of guy friend is that?
They're not gonna do that. They're not gonna do that. They're not. My guy friends are like my family. So they come around my family. They'll be like, "Hey, we playing down in such and such. Come catch my kids. They having a game. Come see them. Like this is what's going on." I don't have any guy friends that I sit that closely with in a way where
I got a spare ticket for a cruise, man. You want to go if you want to?
No, that's a guy friend who's waiting for a crack in the defense. Remember, it's a crack in the armor. That's what that is.
Oh man.
So
he just going for broke, boy. Like
that's so for me with her. That tells me she's checked out. She's done with that marriage. She's gonna go through with her divorce. Right now they're just working on them numbers and the figures and how that look. That's where she is now. I don't know where his mind at, but he need to catch his mind up with what she's showing him, because it's not what she's telling him. It's obviously, I always tell you, don't believe what a person tell you. Believe what they show you.
Who's richer between the two? Probably her, right?
Nah, they about neck and neck. I don't really know.
It's hard to say. I mean, I think Kim carries the name of Kardashian, but she doesn't
necessarily. He can pick it up.
Necessarily have that money herself. It might be family money, whereas Kanye may actually have that. We might just think, oh well, Kendall's got this and Kylie's got that and Khloe has this and the mom has that. Doesn't necessarily mean Kim has it.
Okay.
How much Caitlyn?
I guess we'll find out as time progresses.
I don't know, but Kim was looking like Caitlyn the other day.
I watched a whole documentary on Bruce Jenner.
Yeah, I watched that.
Yeah.
You saw that one?
We saw that.
And I'm older than you guys. I remember when I was 6-7 years old, he was the shit.
Right.
And like, Bruce Jenner.
We're gonna talk about him a little later. He became relevant again.
Oh, I know.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
So, Serge, watching the Drink Champs, what do you think about when he was talking about Swiss Beats and Just Blaze?
The Just Blaze thing had me cracking up, but I mean, he knows what he's doing.
Yeah,
he's getting that attention,
and
I don't know. The Just Blaze things had me cracking up. Why he gotta do that?
Wait, is that the one where he said we took two different paths and you could?
No, he's just like, look
where
he's at.
He's like, I got the credit for I did more of the work on Blueprint the first half, and all Just Blaze did was copy what I did in the first half, and then he blew up after the Blueprint. And he's like, and if you really want to know who the better producer is, just look where I am in life.
That's the part I couldn't remember what he said.
But my thing is, everybody ain't trying to be like Just Blaze wasn't trying to swip up on the other side of the mic and have somebody write his stuff for him, but I come up with my own beats. He didn't try and do that.
Yeah.
Kanye, to me, like, I think that's a problem with people. You always concerned with somebody else's business. Just Blaze minded the business that paid him. If he had a desire to go in front of the mic, maybe that would have been something different. Kanye wanted to be in control of every single thing. Just some people are okay with not.
He responded back.
What did he say?
He said, I'm happy with where I am in life right now. If you want to say I copied you, I put in just as much work as you did. As a matter of fact, when you needed a producer to complete Donda, your people was calling me to come down.
Right.
And at the 11th hour, it didn't work out. So,
but my thing is, that means he's where he is. And I love his response because he ain't trying to compete with nobody else. Everybody ain't out here. The world is not designed for everybody to be millionaires. It's not going to happen. Maybe everybody sell y'all that dream that everybody's supposed to be millionaires and this is what your money's supposed to look like. I've never desired to be this wealthy person. I always wanted to be comfortable in my life and be okay with that and happy. Yeah, I've never desired to be wealthy because let me explain.
She
Solomon.
never desired to be wealthy, but it was for richer or richer.
That doesn't mean that. Look, that means he just need to be where I'm at. We need to make each other better. Let's get rich together. But I ain't saying we got to be the richest people in the world. That doesn't mean. So for richer and richer, you took it as money. How about why you ain't enhanced? Like, I want my life to be enhanced in every way. Just like when I put on makeup in the morning, that enhances what I look like when I walk out my door.
Mm-hmm.
Why does it always have to be associated with money?
Is it?
Okay.
Because
No, it doesn't.
I gave you
You
one
can
of
be rich in happiness, rich
Yep.
with family,
That's what
rich
matters.
with friends. It's not.
Right.
It
So,
doesn't have to be.
and I gave you that when I gave you the best gift of all.
No. I gave you the best gift.
No, I gave you the
because
best
you was
gift.
struggling around here, ain't had no gifts to give nobody.
I gave you
I
the best
gave.
gift.
Look, let me tell you. What's the best gift? What's the best gift?
That last name.
What? My last name was so dope and so fire. Are you serious? It's so dope and so fire that your baby named it. Okay, stop playing.
Royal.
But no. For me, I love the fact of being able to be comfortable, not stress out about every single thing that goes on in your life. So that for him to say, look what he had and look where I'm at, that man happy with his wife or whoever
Yep.
he got. Just Blaze got a family. He ain't out here. Nobody ain't calling him crazy. Ain't nobody checking for him.
And plus, when Kanye called him, if he really needed the money, he would have hopped on that opportunity. He's like,
Right.
nah,
He
he
could
said, just
pick and
didn't work out.
choose. But he can pick and choose
I'm
what he
saying
want
that
to
proves
do.
he's comfortable.
Yeah.
He may not be
He's
rich, but
okay.
he's comfortable. He's doing all right.
Absolutely. So I think, like I said, that whole Kanye interview, Kanye to me is a joke. I
The
don't
Soulja
even
Boy
look
thing
at
had
him.
me crying.
Soulja
Man,
Boy was funny.
Soulja Boy went out.
What? You want to say that? Look at the text. Look at the text. You said it was fire.
Yeah,
Or
he
whatever
talking about, but
said
you
it
gonna
was.
get on there and say my verse was whack. You could have told me that in my face. But everybody's saying the same thing. Kanye,
What'd
why
it say?
you?
Did you hear the verse?
I didn't. The verse
Did you
never
hear the
made
verse?
it, so I don't know what the verse was. All I'm simply saying is, if you got a problem with somebody, don't tell everybody else you got a problem with them. Tell them to their face. You a man. I expect men that he acting like a girl. Be out here whispering to some girls and telling them, "Oh, I don't like Shannon, but such and such and blah blah blah." But yet you breaking bread with me. No, tell me to my face. Woman up, man up, whatever. Put your big boy drawers on. I have a problem with him.
It's a TikTok video skit where you see two guys in the car talking. Going back to what you just said a second ago, and they see another guy. And like, what up, dog? What up, dude? You fucking asshole. Fuck you, punk motherfucker. All this shit. Dude leaves. He goes, man, that dude cool as hell, bro. I like that cat.
I have a
that.
problem
Then they
with
cut
it.
to the
Great
girls.
guy.
Hey, girl. Oh, your shirt's so nice. I love your earrings.
Yeah.
All this shit. The girl leaves. I can't
She's
stand
tacky.
that bitch.
Right. That's exactly what it is. So for me, I think Kanye is just being Kanye. Like, he's looking for attention when he's not in the light. When Drake jumped out there with his album, y'all dropped it and y'all did week ones of the same thing and blah 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 streamings and all this stuff, and Drake was blowing him out the water. Then as soon as he went whatever 1 million something whatever first and this and that. Now you got to keep yourself relevant. While Drake out here killing everybody talking about my girl got a girlfriend, whatever that little song is about the little lesbian ladies or whatever, girls like girls too, whatever. He killing he in heavy rotation. What Kanye song right now is on heavy rotation from Donda? Oh, I'll wait.
So where you at, Kanye?
I'll wait. That's all I'm saying. He had to do this to try and stay relevant in the eyes of people. Donda to me was not that great. Was not even
Donda
on
was
the-
not that
yeah.
great. But let me ask you this: you are 43 years old, correct?
Yep. I'm
Sin-
42.
Wow, you're just throwing her name out,
Damn,
age out
just
there.
throwing
I'm
numbers out.
42. You 43. Go ahead, because you older
But
than
she
me.
look good for her age.
But go
I'm
ahead.
older than both of you.
So let me
I don't
ask
know
you
whether
this.
to be offended or not
Yeah, that's
over
great,
there about
yeah.
that stuff. Like, can you please expand? Wait, you older than two of us? How old you thought we was? Alfie, I need to hear.
Hey, I feel
Go
like
ahead.
43.
What would you think? What you thought we were? Because we talk so
You're a
maturely.
little closer to my age.
Oh, what? You want to tell us how old you are? Whatever. You want to
I'll
hold
be
on?
45 at the end of the month.
Okay, that means that we just mature and have good, like we're old enough to hold good conversation. Okay, I'm gonna give that to
Yeah,
you.
you mature and shit.
I'm gonna help you on that one. But go ahead, Simon.
So let me ask you this: at 42 years old, let's go
ahead.
the last 22 years since you were 20.
Gotcha.
Is Kanye in your top 5 musically?
Yep, I would say he is.
So then, I mean,
I'm not-
Is Drake in your top 5 musically?
Now, yeah.
No, ain't now. It's overall.
Yeah.
22.
In the
Overall,
last 22 years, is Drake in your
I would
top
have
five?
to. I would have to. And the reason why I say that is because you can't get around Drake. Drake gonna have some girly song that you like, and it's gonna stay there. Even when we put our music on in the house, you're constantly gonna hear Drake somewhere in there. You have to put Kanye in there now because of the relevancy of it. Because just how times are changing. If you would have asked me 20 years ago, Drake wasn't even here. He wasn't even thought about 20 years ago
He was
for
on
us
Degrassi.
in our music. I wasn't watching Degrassi. I was at fam somewhere. Like that's how it worked. But now if I have to go from today to 20, I have to put Drake in there. Music like where I like my as far as hip hop and whatever else you want to put hip hop in because it's so.
I'm not just saying hip hop. I'm just saying musically. Period. I mean, I know you love R&B music,
I do. I'm a heavy
So-
R&B head.
so that's why I ask if you were at to choose 5 that you were just.
Like, I probably would have, if I had to choose 5, I really honestly would have to probably put Drake in there before I even put Kanye.
Well, this is back to 2000.
And the only reason why I say that just because of the abundance of music and the relevance and how many, like he stayed in the hits and they were his. And I don't care who album he jumped on or whatever and whoever else he made hot. Don't get me, you wouldn't go to another Kanye West concert after you went to that one that he was up here floating on the darn thing and you and shit,
And
Jaden
the only
had to
reason
go.
I wouldn't go to another Kanye show is because of how long I had to wait for the show to start. That's all. I mean, musically, I was impressed. The presentation at the concert, the performance itself, I was impressed.
Okay.
But I mean, to get there and say a show starts at 8:30 and he don't come, he's the only person performing,
Okay.
and he don't
Erykah
show up
Badu.
until
Well, not
11:45.
Erykah Badu,
Yeah, and it's a school night.
That's
this
crazy.
is a school
Erykah
night.
Badu,
Lauren Hill.
That is Lauren Hill and Erykah Badu.
Oh,
Say you
forever!
did
This
Lauryn
chick
Hill.
is forever late.
That's
Ever,
Lauryn
every
Hill.
the
They
two
said,
shows
"Don't
I've
be
seen her
getting
at
mad."
in Tampa. The one I was at, I think it was 2006 or
Was she at
7,
Janice?
maybe? Over no, not Janice. Over in Ybor City. It was
Ritz.
Serge, you went
The
to
Ritz.
The Ritz. Yeah, it was supposed to start at 8. She didn't show up until almost 12:30.
Yeah.
I'm like, what?
But that's a part of what I would say. Like when you go into that, like if I wanted to go see somebody live, I'm not going. Like if you wanted to put me in the top, I would not go to pay to see Kanye do a concert.
No, seriously, the
don't.
concert I went to was
At
right before
Essence
they dropped
Festival.
the Life of Pablo show, and so I'm sitting there, and the DJ was just looping "Father Stretch the Hands"
Yep.
over and over for 3.5 hours before the dude
Were
finally
you
took the
standing or
stage.
sitting?
No,
They
we
were sitting.
Oh, okay, 'cause
This the
see,
one
on the-
time.
some of the shows.
No, on
So,
the
no,
floor.
he had floor
they were-
seats.
the people that had floor seats, there
They
were
were
actually no
standing.
chairs on the floor. They had to stand up the entire time. and
Yeah,
then he
that-
comes up, and the stage elevates and floats over.
So the people
they're
had
looking
to
at the
look
bottom
up.
of the stage. You paid all that money for floor seats to
That's
sit up and look at the
classic.
bottom of the stage.
In Sullivan, it happened.
Shout
and
out to Kanye
So
for
this
that.
is what it usually happens. So my daughter Jaden has a godfather who he's an amazing godfather in a way that you like. I've always had great men in my life. So for her godfather to take her to a concert, he actually happened to be contracted out of the country. Like he was in Canada or something. He was like, "Yo, I got these tickets, Shannon. I know it's last minute. My girlfriend will give you the tickets or whatever, but I just need, if y'all go. I'm not the one going to no concerts. I don't usually be caring like that. I'd be like, nope, Solomon, can you go? Can somebody else go with it? And it was happened to be, I was like, Solomon, you should go. It's a Kanye concert. And he happened to have tickets in the 300 section, but this was at Amelie.
So you had the good seats.
Yeah. Okay.
in Emily, it
Yeah.
just happened to, because the stage
That's
floated.
perfect,
they
actually.
were
Yeah, Peter, that ring. Yeah, we
Yeah.
went there once, right, Serge?
Yep. That's
good.
actually real good.
Good food. Yeah.
Good job, Kanye.
So speaking of women talking about other women, not face to face and what have you, Summer Walker dropped a new album yesterday.
Ooh,
Oh, and all the ladies have been on it and getting on London on the Track.
So basically,
This is news to me.
the
Yep.
entire album is based upon the breakup that she had with London on the Track, calling him out, calling his mama out,
Baby mama.
calling all his baby mamas out.
What?
Wait, is this that actor from?
Oh, that's classic.
No,
No.
he ain't an actor at all. But Summer Walker,
London on Track
but
is a producer.
Yeah, he's
Oh
a
no, I
producer.
was thinking there's an actor named London. He's the one that's on BMF, not BMF, on Power season book 3. He's the brother.
well,
Yeah, but
Summer Walker. But the album is
I listened to the album while I was working out today, and it's a great
it's
album.
a great
She did her
album.
thing.
I was gonna say don't
Vocally, she did
downplay her.
thing, but she went ham on this dude. on his mama, saying, "Oh, your mama didn't treat you right as a mama because she was just worried about you being lit and buying her cars
She's
and
a
house
singer,
and
right?
back."
She's
she's a singer.
Summer
yeah.
Walker, like she
She's
has
in that
a
SZA,
and,
Janae,
yeah.
Ayako,
yeah.
that
Luna.
little group.
In
So
that
I mean,
little group, they're not in a group. It's just a group of women
Group of women
that
that
same
that
came
just
out.
genre
have in
that's
that
doing the
genre.
same
Yeah,
thing.
With the same vibe to them too. A lot of them
Yeah.
with the same dopey,
the
sad,
new neo soul.
Yeah.
neo soul.
but Summer has some vocals, and the way she lays her stuff out, she took her time with this. She must have been writing this while she was pregnant because she took her time with this. And
there's
if
a
you're
child
listening
involved?
to
No,
it
she
should
actually.
be a
There's one part of a
book,
song where,
okay?
dude, I was bench pressing, and
Did
I
you
almost.
see Sierra Prayer?
I
You listen to
heard
Sierra
Sierra's
Prayer.
prayer. But I was bench pressing. She actually said something. I nearly dropped the barbell. She's like, "London, please don't tell me you fucked it."
Oh my god!
Right.
I was like, wow. I mean, she went that
Oh
far.
my
So all of his baby mamas and what have you, they're on Instagram firing
No,
back at her.
it was the Summer Walker fans. Even Mulatto got into it, said, "Boy, look at here, London." And so, like, people are talking, like, other artists in the industry are talking about
That's
it
classic.
and listen to the whole album. And so
Now I
people
gotta
were
listen
going
to
on
it.
London's page, like tagging. He was like, "I woke up to what? Oh, this what we doing?" She fired. Like, this is how he was talking. But it's
That's
I'm
inspiration, though. I'll tell
I'm
you
not
what.
mad.
She did
She
her
was.
thing.
This is her version of Lemonade. Okay.
Yeah,
And it was her
I
loud and
don't
clear.
get the whole social media arguing on social media thing.
So it's a perfect transition into our next break because I've got one of her songs going into it,
Which
and it's
one?
actually one of the ones that I like simply because Pharrell produced it.
Which one?
What I got the title there?
That right there.
That right there.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
But I
dope
played.
track.
Time out. I played her a week ago, and I said that's not your ex.
That's why you're my
yes,
ex.
your ex
Yeah.
for a reason. Yeah.
So we'll be right back.
Oh, he's some
His, hers, and ours.
Mm-hmm.
I'm your co-host Solomon Davis with.
Shannon Royal Davis.
We'll be right back.
Yes, sir.
bars.
The shit that I be on, it be honest. But trust the bitch, see flames if it's coming. A nigga on me and he want it. And I'm with the shit slim, thick, early 20s. I seen the shit I see, but no responding. Bitch, spell check, you speak, Ebonics. Better know the book you reading. I swear these bitches be slow. Is this it that bitches be hating? Oh, cause they know if I let them hit it, that nigga is gone. It's the threat that they might lose control. Cause if I let them hit it, that nigga is gone. That right there. That right there. When I hit that switch, never know when it's all gon' click.
And we are back. Segment 3 of His, Hers, and Ours, a real-life couple holding real-life conversation with real-life friends. I'm your co-host, Solomon Davis, with
Shannon Royal Davis.
Surgeon General behind the ones and twos, along with Alfie Santana.
Yes, sir.
And Reginald Gray.
So, Solomon.
Odell Beckham Jr.
In the last segment.
Wow.
So, Solomon, in the last segment,
OBJ
you
released by the
asked me
Cleveland
about.
Browns.
Oh, this is what we're going to do? No, we're not. So, in the last segment, you asked me about Kanye and a friend, if your friend could just take you out somewhere. Can I ask you guys this?
What's that?
Can you remain friends with a person that you, let's say y'all are just friends, homies, whatever, but you love them, whatever the case may be? Can you remain friends with them and still feel like you're sexually attracted to them?
Huh?
You're in a relationship.
Did I hit it yet?
Yeah, you hit it.
And now I can't?
Because you're in a relationship, but you...
Because I'm in a relationship?
Yeah,
Can I
'cause
still
you're
be
in a-
friends with that person?
Yeah, can you
Yeah,
still
of course.
maintain a healthy friendship?
Yeah.
Do you think that's...
Yes, I can maintain a healthy friendship, but my girlfriend would not enjoy being a healthy friendship. So
technically, it wouldn't be a healthy friendship.
so technically, no. But if I was single, yeah.
Yeah, of course. Everybody can do that if they're single.
We're talking about you in a
I'm
relationship.
saying if you're in a
Best friends with the
relationship...
friend that you-
Oh no, I mean,
Do you think you're able to maintain that friendship?
Just a friendship.
That's what you call it, but you not hit it before, so
oh yeah.
is it really still just a friendship? But you're sexually attracted to them still, and you have a whole significant
No, I've
other.
had people I've hit and got out my system. Like,
They at your sister. Oh,
yeah.
okay.
But I stay friends with them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And your girl would be okay with that.
Oh no, I don't hang with them.
Oh,
We ain't hanging out.
Yeah, I don't hang with
so
them.
they can just be friends from a distance.
Yeah, from a distance.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Facebook friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Facebook friends,
Okay.
social
That's
media
how that
friends.
works,
Oh,
I guess.
okay.
And if every once in a while y'all just happen to bump into each other.
Ain't no bumping in. Like
I'm just saying, you just happen to be in the same place at the same
Yeah.
time.
I mean, I can come say what's up.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Say hello.
Okay.
Yeah.
A
So,
friendly
Solomon,
hello.
do you have friends that would have taken you off on a trip by yourself, like Kanye got? Yeah, let's talk about it.
Do I have friends that would
Yeah,
have?
any female friends that's the other opposite sex, and that would have been like, okay, sure, Solomon, I know you're going through
wanna go
whatever.
on a
Come on, I
cruise?
got a ticket. Go ahead.
I
Let me
mean,
hear you.
we've laid this out before.
Yeah,
It's
at home.
happened.
Let's play this on
No,
the air.
it's happened.
It's happened how?
When I went through my first divorce, when I ran into you in New Orleans?
That ain't got nothing to do.
Oh,
You
that
was
was smooth.
already full.
Oh, that was
cheating.
smooth.
You was
Oh,
already.
he put the onus on you
He ain't put
because
that on there.
because you
She
was
was
He
a
a
wasn't
friend.
with
New
me.
Orleans.
He wasn't
No,
with
she wasn't
me.
the friend.
He went
Another
to
friend to
It
New
was
Orleans. It was
his
who?
mistress had done
Okay.
took him out of town.
Wow. Yes.
And he came and saw me. I didn't know none of that stuff until later. I know, cause he didn't tell me all that. But he had a mistress who took him out
So
of town.
she took you to go meet her.
So
Nah,
I was
in
going
New
through a
Orleans. We was at
divorce.
Essence Festival.
I was going through a
I was
divorce.
going
She was
already.
at
I remember
Essence
this.
She
I
was
had
at
already
been
girls.
going.
The other girl paid for you
The
to come
other
out
girl
there.
paid. Sir.
So that's a good look, man.
Exactly.
That's a good look. Yo, thanks for the ride.
Right,
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
but that was
Appreciate
them.
you.
That was them. That was her.
Serge,
Being
it got
okay
to the
with
point
that.
where, being a Kanye fan, she's like, "Hey, Kanye's performing at Essence. You want to go? Hell yeah, I want to go.
As if I don't want to pay for that. Let's go.
I ain't got to pay for nothing.
Yeah,
she paid
buddy.
the hotel, all our meals. It was to the point that Shannon and her girls were at the hotel. I'm like, listen, I ain't pay for nothing. So
Palo
y'all
Palo.
wanna-
He didn't
Yeah,
tell
you
us
want some?
that.
I'll pay for y'all.
He
Come
didn't-
get some steak.
But he did not tell us that. He was just like, "Hey, y'all, I know y'all went to the concert last night because that was the concert we went to see. So, because we had been going to Essence already, so we knew the routine. We knew whatever." He was like, "Y'all ain't going. Shannon, come on, y'all can just go on over here. I'm not
Exactly.
going." Yeah,
You've
that
heard
was
it
it.
before.
But he brought
See-
it up. I wasn't my design to bring that up. I just simply brought up the question about can you remain friends
Yes.
Absolutely.
with somebody
Yes.
that you're
Yes.
sexually attracted and be like,
Wait, hold on.
Like
See, the way you're wording it is
no,
kind of
I'm wording it the
So
way
this
I
is
am
what
wording
this is
it.
what
Yeah,
she's saying. We're gonna clear it all up.
Go
This
ahead.
is what she's saying. Someone that you've had sex with in the past.
Yes.
Can you remain friends with them even though you are still sexually attracted to
That
them?
last sentence has messed everything up because
That is the part that
no,
I'm
hold
getting
on,
at, but go ahead.
because I could hook up with somebody in the past. That sexual part's gone. We're just friends now, and I don't see them that way.
Okay.
That's
But
me. I
that's
may be
not
a
what-
unicorn.
That's not what the question is.
I know the question
The
is.
question is exactly
Yeah.
what it is. You want to remain friends with someone you're sexually
Do I
attracted
still
to,
wanna hit
and you're in a relationship. Yeah,
But hold
you
on.
Still want to hit it.
What she's not clarifying is just because you are sexually attracted to someone does not mean you are having
And
sex with
Solomon
them.
is the king of
That's true.
creating an opportunity. If the opportunity presents itself, he's the king of that, right? So if you have that opportunity, the loyalty is to her and him, right?
Last time I checked, Serge,
Yeah.
it takes two people to have sex, correct?
Oh,
That's
wow.
true.
But
So
when
she
they when
can't
they
coerce-
game, when they
she can't
game,
coerce me to do
but when
something
they
I don't wanna
game,
do.
I think
it's not-
I'll
she's
speak for
not
Alfie
coercing
sometimes. You don't need to.
She's not coercing you. Right. She's not coercing you.
No, the part that's throwing me off here, and I know I'm very rare with this, is I can hook up, and then after that, just
So I'm not saying that I can be friends with people, but it's casual. It's nothing to be like.
no.
we're
I've got
not
people
gonna be
I've
in
like
a
hung
space
out
of-
with, drunk, everything, and just we've
But,
gotten that out of
but
our
once
system.
we got that out of our system, I'm no longer like sexually attracted
Yeah,
to a person. Like
that's
I'm
all
not.
right.
I know how to just. We cool at this point. Hey, how you doing? Keep it moving.
If it's someone
nothing
I'm,
like
someone
that.
like
But if I'm
I still want
sexually-
to hook up with,
Yeah,
no, I'm
if
not.
I have the desire to still want to hook up with them,
I'm
I think that
cordial.
makes
I am
sense.
cordial, but there's no.
Oh,
Hey,
okay.
that's my buddy, and I'm no, that ain't happening.
Okay.
Yeah, that
Just
ain't
wanted to
happening.
ask, since Solomon tried to get me, like, oh, I got some homeboy that's gonna take me off.
It was a
at some
simple
point.
question. You read it. What are they? What's the phrase that we hear in the Bucks group? Hit dogs will holler.
You heard him?
Gonna
Did you
holler,
hear him? Because he.
So
Yeah.
the need to come back obviously.
Because
says,
I felt like that was something that we this show has turned into a sports show. This was a relationship show at first,
talk
right?
to Odell about
Yeah.
that now?
So now we can go to Odell and his relationship with the Browns that has
Oh,
been severed.
my
Nice
God.
So that's segue?
transition. Nice transition.
Hold
Here
on.
we go.
No, 'cause
They
we-
broke up.
Hold on.
Yeah.
No. Hey, listen. We want to make sure that our fans and people that are watching are heard as well. So Keisha Johnson just replied, based on the question, no. Why place yourself in that temptation if you're in a
Yeah,
relationship?
based on the way the question is being presented with and you're still sexually attracted. I'm like,
Because that's what it is. That's exactly the mindset.
You know what I would say probably is that it works both ways. Guys are sexually attracted to women they see on TV and the movies.
Right.
Women
but
are
when
attracted to the same thing.
That wasn't what I asked.
Okay.
And we ain't gonna dance around what I asked. I simply asked the fact
question
that
simply
you
is-
smashed somebody in the past.
Y'all
Y'all
are
are friends now. Y'all are friends in this life, but you're still sexually attracted to them, and you're
What, did
in
they
a
get
relationship.
ugly all of a sudden?
No,
Did
but
they get fat all of a sudden?
so it's not that. But then you need to change up the friendship that you have. Is all I'm simply saying.
We're
Either
cool, but we're
that
not
just
cool.
be like a you
Like
gonna
I
need
said,
to be hey how you doing kind of friends.
just
not
maybe
just trying to meet up, hang out.
maybe the hookup was whack.
No, that wasn't how it was described.
Just
but
because
okay.
you're sexually attracted to someone does not mean you're having
I'm
sex
not
with
saying that you have to be but don't put yourself in situations that will if you're in a relationship, you don't need if you got a friend that you sexually attracted to, don't put yourself in a situation that will be in that regard.
No, hold on. Here's the
What kind of
situation because I'm gonna answer that.
Go ahead.
So
Where you
if-
in a hotel room by yourselves, y'all going out to dinner somewhere. Like that is to me.
if you have
you're-
a friend that
you're
you're
putting
sexually
that
attracted
in
to,
there.
but everywhere that you go,
Big dog.
you are at a restaurant with other people.
But you're going together as a couple. Y'all went there as a couple. This is what I'm saying. Y'all are going as a couple, not with other people around. If you're going with somebody as a couple, hey, this is my friend. We're going to hang out. You smashed that friend, right? You think that I would be okay with you trying to just hang? Okay, yeah. All right,
Anyway.
let's segue on to this OBJ relationship that is broken up with the Browns.
The only
Go
thing-
ahead.
Let me go before we go.
Go ahead.
I don't know who's watching this. all I can say is, from my experience, is yes, you can be friends with them, but even if you're not doing anything, don't give the impression that something may be happening.
It's the opportunity. Y'all forget Solomon is the king of an opportunity. If the opportunity presents itself, or an opportunity can happen, opportunity can happen if they go somewhere alone together. That may not be the intent. A few drinks may throw back and be like, "Oh, okay, let me reminisce. I want to see if this still work like it used to." Come on, that can happen.
Yeah, it can.
That it's an opportunity that presented itself.
I could buy a
Wait,
scratch
let's
off
go.
ticket and
Let's-
win $500,000.
Solomon, let's
It can
go.
happen, right?
Yeah,
Solomon, but how many people scratching at that? Like that's actually winning. Everybody ain't winning $1 million.
Everybody
Okay, it's
ain't
not the
fucking
game
either.
ain't designed that way. But let's go on to the next topic, sir. I've tried to segue several times, so I want to make it personal.
Too late.
Odell
Too late.
Beckham Jr.
Let's just keep bringing him up.
So our resident Clevelonians, whatever you want to call them, our resident Dog Pound fans,
He's 99.
What's up? What happened?
I have no idea.
He
Sir,
he
can
wasn't
you
getting
explain
the
it?
ball thrown to him, so he called dad.
Do you really think he had to call his dad for his
Well,
dad
I
to see what
mean,
was going
probably
on?
not,
As
but
a parent,
it kind of seems.
I can see when somebody's pitching around my kid, like, or what they doing to her. Like, if she's she's in a hitting slump, I can see what they doing, and they call certain pitches. They know who she is at this point. So,
And do you go to Instagram and upload a picture?
nah, I talk about him while we at
You
the
upload-
game.
upload
I
a whole-
see you. I
you
see
upload a whole
bro.
mixtape?
No, I don't. But I will call you out immediately.
Got the
Like
running
I am.
mixtape
I'm
going.
Yeah,
on
but the
that.
Browns also have the best running back core in NFL. So half of those plays are already going. to
And
the
let's
running
keep it
backs.
100. Y'all quarterback ain't really that consistent at throwing that
No,
ball
not
down
at
the
all.
field.
Exactly. So you're
So
also
let's
see you
keep it
gotta
100.
exactly.
And
So
now we're
you
doing
agree with me.
injuries too.
Yeah,
This is
he's
terrible.
injured.
I got a
Sucks.
subpar quarterback. I got the best running back in the league.
Hold on.
I got Juice
Injury.
Landry to throw to. I also got
for
Peoples
the last,
Jones.
For the
who's a
last
beast.
18 months, y'all have been talking about how good this dude is. Now y'all talking about
Who,
these
Baker?
No, OBJ.
Oh,
now
yeah.
it's like all the reasons why he ain't getting the ball. Oh, I got this person. I got
Well,
that.
yeah.
Listen, this man is arguably, when he's healthy, I will put that out there.
And he hasn't been healthy in 2 years.
He's arguably top 5 talented receivers in the league.
yeah, but he hasn't. Been
There
healthy
was
in 2
no
years.
excuse for that man not to get the ball.
And
As an offensive coordinator, your
Yeah.
job is to get the ball in his hands.
that's true.
I mean, hell, we even saw last year against Dallas, y'all running reverses and having him throwing.
Yeah, that's what I was
touchdowns.
understanding. How come y'all can? Yeah, I don't know, man.
We
We
couldn't
trust
figure
me.
out how to get the man the ball.
I know.
I
This
thought that
is-
was the hookup too, because
This is coming from somebody who watched a receiver who couldn't get the ball from his quarterback, Deshaun Jackson and Jameis Winston.
Yep.
what happened to
This,
Deshaun?
this
I
is
know.
just. I mean, I think OBJ is a better career, but I think this is exact repeat of history of what happened with
Winston and
D
Deshaun.
Jags and Winston.
Yeah.
You're seeing it right now, but it moved cities. it's in Cleveland now.
It's
It's
just
the
not
exact
fun.
same thing.
We're gonna do a lot better.
No,
with him,
I can arguably say I don't think this is Jameis and D-Jax all over again.
Because
I
at
literally think Baker went out of his way not to throw him the ball.
You think so?
I know so.
I don't think
You want to
Baker
know why?
like him anyway.
Because coming into it, Baker already knew that, all right, this ain't my team. Before they got Chubb and Kareem Hunt going off, it was Jarvis Landry's team.
Yeah,
He
it
was the man. And
Bless
so
him.
now you bringing my best friend in.
Yeah.
They gonna be teammates, but I'm the number 1 overall pick. I'm the face of this franchise. I'm gonna show you it's my team. I think Baker went out of his way. Hey, listen, when his dad posted that video, there are a couple looks of you looking at. Hey, you know,
Oh, I know.
he's
Trust
wide
me, I
open.
watched
Why he
every
hit them?
single game.
The same way Tom Brady stood up there last week and said, you know what? That loss is on me. I tried to force the ball to Chris Godwin when Mike Evans was wide open, and I threw a pick 6, and that ended the game.
But he owned it.
He owned it. Baker ain't going to say, well, I should have threw it to OBJ.
But not even that. The fact Baker attitude to be towards OBJ since he been there, like I'm trying to get him the ball. Like when he used to say in other interviews, he's like, I'm trying to get him the ball. Like we're gonna work. We're just gonna have to learn how to click. Then when the fact that he said, well, any conversation is fine. Why you gotta come talk to you about what? Like I ain't trying to be your BFF. Like we co-workers. Let's work. You know your job. I know my job. Like man up and just say that. If you don't like me, look, then that's your time to tell me. But you told me in the media. Reggie, why are you shaking your head?
Oh, I'm saving this for cover 2 conversation.
Oh.
Yeah, I don't know. That's all I can say.
I got this. This is my,
I got you.
I gotta say is
this is my first topic.
Good luck, OBJ, wherever you go.
I wish him luck.
Nah, not really.
But my thing is, really, people don't even know what they're getting with OBJ.
Exactly.
He
I will say
hasn't had
that.
a full season.
I don't
He hasn't.
And the fact is that after all the stuff they did today, whatever team picks him has to pick up that $7 million.
Not after
no. Once he clears
his
waivers,
contract
yeah.
is gone,
And trust me.
Cleveland's on the hook for it.
And somebody's gonna get him. Of course, somebody's gonna pick him up.
And trust me, I'm
Yep,
sure
I
he
th-
sent letters to those top sorry teams like, don't even try it.
Yeah.
I'm sure he sent them letters already.
Detroit got one.
Jacksonville.
Jacksonville,
Like,
Detroit.
nah, guys, we good.
I really think he should. I think he should look at Seattle. I think
That'd be
so.
interesting.
Seattle
Yeah,
might
but
be a
Russell's-
nice little
Russell
fit.
is hurt right now.
Yeah,
He's supposed
that's
to be back
true.
in the next week or so.
He can get
He
some
got the
practice
pen
with
taken out of
Gino.
his hand.
He can get some practice in with Gino. I still think they need to call Cam, but whatever.
Nah, Cam done, dude.
Not if you really think that Cam couldn't get a job in the NFL. Geno Smith is in the league.
Oh, I think he can get a job.
Like I'm just
but
saying,
I'm not looking
like.
at.
What about Colin
I'm
Kaepernick?
just saying, like even Colin, I would take Colin over during Gino. Like they reach way down in the bag, and not that I'm trying to take a job from another black
Josh
man.
Johnson.
Trevor Simeon has a job.
Josh Johnson's still around. That would freak
Heineke
me
got
out.
one. Why you playing?
No, that's the same Josh Johnson.
That-
Yeah,
they
that's
used to
what
play
it
here.
was. Yeah.
The Bucks drafted him back
I
in
know
Josh
because he
Freeman.
was like with Brad Johnson.
So my
right?
thing is they
No,
did.
No,
no,
it was with
he wasn't that far back.
with Freeman.
Freeman,
Josh
Josh
Freeman.
Freeman.
Oh yeah, Freeman.
So I'm not trying to take
That's
the jobs
crazy,
from,
though.
from these black men. I'm just
He looked
saying.
really good though.
Huh?
He looked really good.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
I just thought it was some new Josh Johnson.
Again.
I had
He's
no
been on like
idea.
6 teams. He went to one of the.
Time out, they all look like that because that's how Gino jumped out against the Steelers. He was looking good, and you gave you hope for the next game that he
And then
might
he
do
started,
something. Then he looked like a starter, and it was just he looked just like the Jets.
Are you talking about the picks from last week? Because what happened to Detroit? Because we
They
picked.
lost.
I know, but we were like.
They got blown
I
out.
think
got
we were both pulling for Detroit. We were like.
No,
I
I
don't
went,
think
I
we-
went
I don't
lone
think-
wolf.
yeah.
Everybody in here
Southbound
with
picked
Detroit. I went lone
Yeah,
wolf
he
for
went for
Philadelphia.
Philadelphia. Yeah, and they
I
looked
remember
horrible.
you said you tired of the Detroit coach crying.
Crying, yeah. But we'll get to that. We
But
finna
speaking
get
of
to this
NFL
horrible.
quarterbacks, Aaron Rodgers.
Oh Lord,
This? Ooh.
that's hilarious.
Wow.
Once again, I'm taking a stance against the league. Double standards for star players.
Yep.
Of course.
What's the double standard?
Because, I mean, you got rules set in place for unvaccinated players.
Mm-hmm.
He's clearly unvaccinated.
Mm-hmm.
You've seen him in press conferences with no mask on
Mhm.
when unvaccinated players are supposed to hold press
He went on
conferences
that
through
podcast.
Zoom.
Now, did he lie and say he was vaccinated?
He said he never used the
He
word
said he was
vaccinated. He said he was
But he
immune.
implied.
He was immunized.
He said he was
He
immunized.
implied.
You showed him at a Halloween party dressed up as John Wick,
Yep.
which is supposedly why he grew his hair out the entire time.
Mhm.
Specifically
He didn't
for
have
his
to grow his
Halloween
hair
party.
the whole year.
The Raiders were charged or were fined as an organization $500,000 for players gathering when they were unvaccinated. The Saints were fined for dancing in the locker room against us with no mask on.
On crutches.
No, last year when they were dancing. But that's another reason why I don't like Jameis Winston.
Yeah, I know, right?
Why are you? First off, you getting mad because that man's celebrating that they still beat us? Like,
That man is on crutches
It don't matter.
in a boot
let me tell you,
with a torn ACL and a sprained
it's
MCL.
okay. It's
Dancing.
already torn. So what work can he? What more can he do to it?
I'd
It's
be more
already
concerned
torn.
about my career.
He does. He gonna be rehabbing for the next 9 months. So he's all right with that. But why are you so
hold on.
mad?
No, and lastly, why the hell are there fog machines and strobe lights?
Oh, yeah. Dude, what
Is
is
that
so
against
bad?
policy?
There's not a policy, but
So
what
why y'all?
NFL team
They
has that?
party.
We
They
ain't never
partying.
seen that before.
They
I've never
partying.
seen a fog
We got
machine
strobe lights and fog
That
Yeah,
man
the
said-
DJ.
That man said they owned us. That's how they felt, and that's what they wanted y'all to see.
They probably had a couple performance slots if you
Yeah,
got in
like,
there early.
Damn, bro.
Anyway.
Anyway,
But
they
anyway-
were fined. Green Bay has not been fined for anything that Aaron Rodgers has
Yes,
done.
but I'm going back to my question to you: Is did they know he was not unvaccinated?
No, they took his.
They
players
have
being
they have him on
immunized.
a list,
A list of
a
unvaccinated.
list of unvaccinated players.
Yeah.
then
So
they'll-
he
And
was
his reason was whatever
got
is being
allergies.
done, whatever's being put in these vaccination shots, he's allergic to a couple of the
You said
ingredients.
the Raiders got fined. Was it after the season started?
No, the Raiders.
No, the Raiders were
did
fined last year.
season.
I'm talking about this year. Not this.
No,
Nah,
this year
this
they
year
weren't.
they
They have
fined
not
'cause
been.
they-
But
they
but
had
the
to-
Raiders were one of the first teams to come
Yeah,
out and
fully.
say that our team is now 100% fully vaccinated.
They
Yeah,
were
but
fully-
we got to talk about this year. We can't do last year. So this year, there's nobody that's been fined for not being vaccinated and out in the public.
Yes,
They
they
haven't.
have.
The teams have not been fined. Players have been
been
fined,
fined.
and players have to follow certain protocols. Like I said, if you were going to
Who's
hold
been
a press
fined? I haven't heard
conference,
of them.
what's the guy named from the linebacker for the Colts, Darius Leonard? He said he was not going to get vaccinated,
Yeah.
and all of his press conferences
Yeah.
he now has to hold through Zoom meetings. The one time during the preseason that he did not do it during Zoom, when the media was actually there,
Yeah.
he took a $25,000 fine.
Okay. Yeah, he might still get fined. I don't know.
No, they said they weren't. They already said they weren't.
Wow.
Y'all keep-
It's the-
you gotta
that's
keep
just
it-
the
You guys keep it
privilege.
up with it better.
That's just a privilege.
Is it Aaron Rodgers privilege or is it white privilege?
He might
white
get-
privilege because I feel like if Lamar or whatever, because Lamar, you notice even when he goes to the bench or whatever, nobody's really like up on him like that because he's not vaccinated. He said it, so he's like they know he's on the list, but he has that little thing he'll throw on his face and he takes it down whenever he's back on the field. But a couple of times you've seen him on TV, you capture him, you see the coaches come over with their mask on because he's just come off the field. So they're just trying, like you'll notice how they talk to him. Even like other players will come up, they have their stuff on. Some of them don't care, and that's at them and on their risk because they feel like they're vaccinated or whatever. But you'll see Lamar does also take the chance to sit aside. So does Kirk Cousins with his sorry self. But anyway,
you like that, huh?
But he does, like you'll see them have the mask that goes under their neck, and you'll see it on like in their jerseys or whatever the case may be.
Or it's
too.
like a one of those.
Yeah, so they just throw him up. Yeah, they just throw him up.
So should Aaron Rodgers be held to a different standard than Kyrie Irving?
No.
Hell no.
Well, at least he playing
I
in
would
the
say
league.
based on
Rules
the
are
rules of the
different.
league.
Yeah, the rules of the league are different.
The
rules
rules
aren't the
are
same.
different. I guess now I just want to see the Packers' schedule. Do they play the Giants or the Jets this year?
I don't know, but the more he's out the game, it helps us out in our standings in the conference. That's all I'm looking at.
Oh, I mean, I'm pissed at him because he's my fantasy quarterback and he's taking me through this bullshit. But
Who's your
Really? Oh man.
Who's your other quarterback?
my backup is Derek Carr, which I gained a lot more respect for Derek Carr after
I
what he
like
said with the
Derek Carr.
Henry Ruggs situation. So
You didn't pick up Jordan Love just in case?
nah.
For what? He gonna take a L. He
Man,
ain't
he ain't
gonna.
gonna put up
He
no
is not
numbers.
Big Sean. Last night took
No,
an
I'm
L,
saying
but
just-
he bounced back.
just
He is
start
not bouncing
Aaron
back.
a bit
Nah,
right now.
Derek Carr is gonna be my quarterback. You know, and I'm kind of.
Wait,
I'm
who's
kind
the
of.
quarterback for the Saints? No, is it
Trevor Simeon will start tomorrow.
Seaman.
Yeah,
Seaman.
Simeon.
My bad.
He bust all over us.
Kindergarten. Kindergartner. I got a bunch of kindergartners in here.
Who's his backup?
Whatever his
Taysom
name,
Hill
will be there.
he's cleared concussion protocol.
Did
so
he
is
really
active.
get hit that hard? Like he was knocked out for like this is him coming off from like 3 weeks.
Yeah,
now.
but that happened
No,
to
see-
Antoine Winfield Jr. too. He missed like 4 weeks.
No, here's the thing, and I don't care what people say. The NFL now, the older I get, realizing it's more and more about politics.
Gotcha.
I honestly feel that Sean Payton wants Taysom Hill to be his starting quarterback, but gave Jameis Winston the opportunity. And had Taysom Hill been ruled as healthy, he's using that injury as a reason not to play Taysom Hill. I can't play him because he's in concussion protocol. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you think in the
I don't
offseason
really-
that he
I don't
would.
think that
But
that's
he
what
did
he
give it to
wanted.
Winston in the offseason. The job.
Okay,
but let's be-
but look at the contract they gave Taysom Hill.
It's been restructured.
Yeah, I got you.
It was restructured.
I mean,
to
am I
help-
really going to
But
say,
still a lot,
hey,
though.
this is my starting quarterback, but I'm going to sign you to a 1-year contract for $3 million?
Yeah.
So check this. I think honestly, if you look at the two, like, and I don't care what your personal opinion is, arm wise, I would take Jameis over Taysom.
Oh yeah, 100%.
If you want somebody that's gonna be just a triple, like the 3 read, have the dual options or
Yeah.
whatever. Like if you want that, then that's Taysom. Jameis, I think that's what got him hurt was because he tried to be a little bit of Taysom and that ain't his thing, and
Yeah.
that's why he fell so awkwardly because that wasn't really a horse collar or whatever. If you look at it by the letter, like it really wasn't, but. It was the fact of he's just
Speaking
trying to
of-
run and be,
speaking of,
you know,
let's
trying
get
to be a
into
little
war.
Taysom.
Yeah,
That's what
Winston's
really happened to
definitely
him.
better
Let's get into
I
war
think
week.
so.
Let's get into war
I
week.
was gonna save it for cover 2, but
No, I mean,
Yeah,
because
you
I'm
could save
pissed.
it, but
Okay.
you really could save it for
I'm
cover
pissed.
2.
well, no,
because-
I'm sure I got enough to use.
Yeah.
Just to go
I
there.
honestly feel that the referees in that game were like police officers at the end of the month. They had a quota of flags to throw. A referee sitting there is like, you know what? The whole game is going by.
Solomon,
Hold on.
but-
The whole game is going on. I haven't thrown a flag yet. I need to get my TV time. Let me throw the flag.
Now,
Gotta do this.
Bruce Arians did say the referee in that game, the head referee, does throw a lot of flags before the game.
But not
started
even
getting-
that. Let's not act like
We
don't.
all know that what's the thing that
So-
Spence said about the NFL? You can call holding on every play.
Yeah, but what I'm trying to say is, yes, they called a lot of flags, but Brooks knew this going into the game, and they didn't call on the Saints.
You called
But-
holding plays against our secondary when the play was on the other side of the field.
That's what that team
Solomon,
does.
Still
stop
a hold.
acting like the Saints have not been victims of a bad call or missed calls or a series of missed
If they
calls.
got flags, they deserved it.
Okay. Can we go on to the picks from last week? Because I'm done with that. Like, I'm done. And you can keep one week for cover 2.
I mean,
let's just go. No.
We all know
because,
how sorry Donovan Smith is.
It doesn't matter.
Now, this is my own
Donovan
player
Smith
about.
always, he every
always
other
gets holding
game, he
penalties,
gets holding.
right?
So when I see his, I don't even get, like, I don't even worry about it. I don't question it. I don't
Exactly.
go back and rewind the tape.
We know Donovan Smith gets called for holding penalties. You don't
All
call.
the time.
You don't call him for holding, then all of a sudden.
It seems like every game.
Hold on.
There's
Yeah.
at least one.
Exactly. Every
It's every other game.
So all of a
No,
sudden.
every game.
No, it's every other.
All of a sudden,
I be
the Bucks
putting
are
little
going down
tips
to
on
take the
him.
lead. Oh, we haven't called a holding foul on
He
Donovan Smith.
did. He
yet.
got one early on.
No, he did not.
Yes, he did
His
get one.
first one came in the end of the third
No,
quarter.
it did not. Solomon, we was still at the house when he got a holding pad. Oh no, I was at my mom's when the kids was taking pictures. It was but he did get a holding. I seen it. He does it every other game. Like he averages one
No, not every game.
I promise you, it's not every game.
So
Go.
Well,
I watch
holding-
it twice too because Solomon makes me watch them again because he wants to see what happened. Like he got a coaching job. But I'm telling you, it's every other game. It's every other game.
You should watch him again. That's why you in last place in the picks.
It's okay. I'm not mad.
At least I'm not.
It don't take much to be in last place in this league, okay? It ain't like
really
I'm
doesn't.
look, come on.
It really doesn't.
It's usually 2. I'm probably tied for last
Oh
place,
my
so
God,
just go
that's
ahead for that.
hilarious.
But
Please.
anyway.
All right, getting into the picks from last week and the picks for this upcoming week. Last
That's why I
week,
You guys are awesome. I just want you to know that.
last week I finished first with a record of 11-4 out of 15 games.
Jeez.
Mm-hmm.
Surge and Alfie tied for second with a record of 9-6.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
terrible.
I
I
had-
can't
That's not
get
too bad.
10 wins.
8 and
Shannon
7.
finished
8 and 7.
8-7.
I already knew that.
Hey, you're over
see, that
500,
ain't
so
even that
that's
bad.
good.
No, they won and had to be
That's
like,
like
this
2.
is not.
That's
look,
not even.
It's
yeah.
not even. Like I'm not even stressing. Go
So,
ahead.
current standings for the season. I am in first place at 84 wins and 36 losses. Shannon and Surge are tied at 75 and 45. Alfie's at 74 and 46.
Ooh, one game.
One game separates the three of them.
That's why I said that. Like it wasn't that hard.
Yeah.
Like he up here throwing out like he just like, oh, you last.
That's
Okay,
what happens
cool.
when you're so far ahead.
That's what it is. It's all right.
I mean, it is what it is.
It's like the Buccaneers, and now they're beginning to fall apart a little bit. And we'll see.
That's a
Well,
bye
you-
week. You know what happened the last time we lost the game and went into a bye week?
Super Bowl.
Exactly. We went undefeated the rest of the way.
Oh gosh. Well, you cried like you was the coach. I mean, cried like you was Detroit coach. That's why. Nah. Go ahead. So this week's picks.
Was he sitting in a
And
room
he
in the
was
dark?
pouting. I don't even know. Like we left. We went to trick or treat, and I deliberately came home late. We came home about 10:30. The children had to be to school the next day. They little kids. They only 5 and
What was he
4. He was home sitting up there like this. Like you know
No,
how
imagine
like,
he was sitting in his man
he was
cave in the
mad.
dark.
No, he was just mad. So then
With a
every time
cigar,
it
like,
came
had to
on, he
take
was
my
like
jersey
turn
off.
the TV. He had to change outfits.
That's what it was. I had the wrong jersey on.
No, Lord.
Oh, what jersey was it?
I had the Gronk jersey on, and Gronk got in and played 3 plays.
One play,
and-
2, 3.
Yeah, but know what I did though? The first half of the game, I was upstairs watching in my room, and we were lost with 21-7 or whatever the score was. I said, okay, halftime, I got to change something. So I
Yeah.
switched TV sets. I went downstairs,
That's
and
what
that's
you
when we
did.
came
And
back.
that's when we came back.
That's when we came back, but I messed up because I was
Because you went back to the old spot.
No, I was about to walk over to Wing House and finish the game, but I got up, went out the door, and I missed the mojo.
Oh,
I-
so they
I
lost
turned
because
around.
you wasn't watching.
No,
in
I
time.
turned back around.
Oh,
But I
no.
think I walked out the door.
This is
Yeah.
awful.
That messed everything up.
It was
That
just
probably is.
Halloween. The voodoo hit us.
So
and it
Buccaneers
is what it
fans, you want to
is.
blame last week's loss?
Nah,
Okay.
it was just no. Look, I'm blaming it because Tom. First off, Tom had 2 picks that I was like, really, Tom? This is
And a
what
fumble.
you're doing? Yeah.
And a fumble.
And
3
it
turnovers.
just really wasn't him. Like he felt like I felt like he was trying to be bigger than the city of New Orleans. Like
Yeah.
he did a little too much to me, and that was it. So
Yup.
that's where we are.
All right, let's get into it. Week number 9. Starting off 1 o'clock tomorrow, the Las Vegas Raiders at the New York Football Giants.
And heads up, Deshaun Jackson just had a Zoom call with the Raiders.
I'm going with the Raiders.
Raiders.
I think they had a rough week,
Yeah.
but they're still like just battling through the season. I think they're just chalking it up
Who they
as
playing?
part of the season.
The Giants.
The Giants.
Oh.
But the Giants look kind of
I'm,
good.
I'm picking the Giants.
Go ahead.
I'm going with the
you can do
Raiders.
that.
The Raiders.
Why? I have really liked the way Daniel Jones has looked this year. And
What?
Hold on. Can I finish, please? Last place.
Go ahead. I'm just listening
I like
to
the way
you.
Daniel Jones looks.
Sound
and they've
like
got
the
a
New York
rookie
Giants
receiver,
coach.
Kadarius Toney. That boy is bad.
Kadarius Toney is looking good.
Okay. Is it in Oakland or is it New York?
No, it's in New York.
So you like the way Daniel Jones was playing this year?
Yeah.
Even when he got knocked out in Dallas?
At least he showed heart to run.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he was stumbling around like he was tipsy.
Mm-hmm.
But go ahead. All right, Raiders. And you got the Giants.
I got the Giants. The Atlanta Falcons at the New Orleans Saints.
Ooh.
The Saints. I ain't even picking the Falcons for nothing else.
Yeah. I'll go with the Saints.
Yeah, Saints.
Solomon, go ahead and say Falcons. You got a cushy lead. But go
going to
ahead.
Falcons.
Go ahead.
I don't believe in Trevor Siemian 2 games in a row.
I don't believe in Matt Ice either.
Matt Ice. She can't give it to Matty. It's Matt Ice.
Yeah, he lost to Matty. Sounds friendly. I ain't trying to even be friendly with him.
The Buffalo Bills at the Jacksonville Jaguars. We all know that's unanimous.
Buffalo.
I'm not even saying mine out loud. I'm just writing mine down.
Buffalo.
Game of the week in Ohio.
The Browns.
Cleveland Browns at the Cincinnati Bengals.
The Battle of Ohio.
Boy.
North versus South.
Go ahead.
I'm taking Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Go ahead. That's cool.
Wow. Yeah.
The Browns. It's our comeback game. We don't
Although
got the distraction.
if there was a game that Baker could prove himself.
Yep. Defense is better.
Oh.
We got. They can't stop the run. It's
I'm
tailor
gonna go with
made
the
for
Browns
us.
this time because I done picked them a couple of weeks.
gonna go with the
and then
Browns.
I lost. I was like, oh no. I don't really. After watching how the Jets manhandled Cincinnati, I don't know if I want to trust them right now either. But go ahead.
Cincinnati had the best record
They
in
did.
the AFC.
They
That's
did.
that's cute.
They did.
That's cute.
They did. And then that, look,
Still
that's
leading
why.
the AFC North.
That's cute.
Go ahead. I'm gonna just go with the Browns this time
Yeah.
too. Go ahead. Next.
Next.
The New England Patriots at the Carolina Panthers.
Patriots.
Patriots.
Yeah, because I'm just trying to think. Is old boy back yet, or he limited? That's what it was. Okay, yeah, Patriots.
The Denver Broncos at the Dallas Cowboys.
Dallas.
Still has not been determined if
I don't
Dak
care. I'm
Prescott
just
will
gonna
play.
say Dallas.
Yeah, but how
He
effective?
don't
Yeah,
he
I'll
really
go with
gonna be.
Dallas.
know.
It's at Dallas.
Yeah, it's at Dallas. I got to go with Dallas.
Yeah, they done lost one of their pass rushers, so I just really don't see Denver.
Who, Dallas or?
No,
Denver.
How the hell
Yeah,
you
that's
trade Von Miller to the Rams?
Oh shit! Then yeah, definitely Dallas. Thanks.
Damn, rebuild. All right.
The Minnesota Vikings at the Baltimore Ravens.
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 Kirk Cousins had a chance to get me last week. Go ahead and go for Kirk.
I will never pick Kirk Cousins. Baltimore
Ever.
Ravens. The Minnesota Vikings can play King High School.
No, they can play Chamberlain. How about that? Go ahead.
I gave them
On
a
to
team
the
that they might have a
next.
chance of beating.
No, that's what it is. They'll beat Chamberlain. Go ahead.
The garbage game of the day. The Houston Texans at the Miami Dolphins.
And the Texans get back.
Number one draft pick.
Oh boy,
Tyrod
Taylor.
Oh, if they got Tyrod, I'd take Houston.
I'm sticking with Miami.
I'll go.
I go with
Houston.
Texas, Houston.
Is it in Houston?
It's in Miami.
It's in Miami. Yeah, I'm not putting Miami on me. No time soon. Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Texans. This is gonna be
4:05 tomorrow. The Los Angeles Chargers at the Philadelphia Eagles.
Chargers.
Go with the Eagles, Solomon. That's what you really feel in your soul.
No, I will not. You know I'm a Justin Herbert fan.
Yeah, he put me
He's pretty
down
good.
last week though.
I will take
Pats
the
got
Chargers.
him.
In what was billed as the game of the day, but because of Aaron Rodgers, it no longer is.
Oh,
The Green Bay Packers at the Kansas City Chiefs.
No, is he playing or
No.
Yeah, we
He's
got to
not
go with
playing.
Kansas City.
I'm gonna go with Kansas
City?
They have to do something at this point.
So I'm going to take Kansas City, but let me ask y'all this.
They not the same.
If Jordan Love pulls this out,
Oh,
Aaron.
What happens? Does Aaron Rodgers come back? It's already stated that he's probably not going to be a Packer next year.
Yeah, but
And he friends with Brad though. He's filled with Brian. His name.
But nah, they would have
if
to.
Jordan wins this game, they're still going back to Aaron.
Yeah.
Last year, they're going to
You
use
can't just
I'm
drop
just
him.
going with Casey.
You can't just drop him like he's Odell Beckham Jr.
And plus, Kansas
Hold on,
City-
but isn't that the same thing that Kansas City did to Alex Smith when Patrick Mahomes came around?
Or was that when the Green Bay did actually
Favre?
brought Rodgers on against the Favre?
But they gave him a whole almost 2 years going into like Favre. He
They've
was
given
well
Jordan
over
Love
his
2
time.
years.
Well, time's up. Ding ding. But I think Aaron's playing too good outside of COVID. He's playing too good to take him off. That's what I'm saying.
What should really be a good game. They don't know if the quarterback's going to start or not, but the Arizona Cardinals
He's not I thought
against
they
the
said.
San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, he's not playing?
Where they at?
They're at San Francisco.
San Fran.
Who is Arizona's backup? Anybody?
I don't know. Let me find out.
Not Kurt Warner.
Oh my goodness.
Let's see who this
Oh
is.
boy, definitely San Francisco in that case.
Colt McCoy.
Oh,
Damn.
Yeah, definitely in San Francisco. Then.
that's a name that I haven't heard in
I
quite
thought
some
he
time.
had done retired.
Me too.
Like,
I thought I went to Canada.
Colt McCoy.
yeah, no, I think I'm if. And they says the game time decision still him. I thought he was.
Yeah, I'll go with San
I thought
Fran.
he was out.
He did not practice yesterday, and
Yeah,
he
he's-
is a game time decision.
Oh,
This sucks.
I'll go with San Fran.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the 49ers just because I don't know what's gonna
Cliff
happen.
Kingsbury states that he is confident in Colt McCoy if Kyler Murray can't play.
Oh wow. Yeah, that means Colts playing.
I'm gonna go with the 49ers.
That's that. Oh well, I gotta support
Joey
him.
Bosa finna get
I got
him.
pretty confident in Colt
One of
McCoy.
them Bosa's gonna get him. Solomon, you going with who?
I'm going to roll Arizona.
There you go.
Okay.
We need to make up
We
ground.
need it,
Perfect.
yeah.
Perfect.
What should have been a good game, too, but no longer is. The Tennessee Titans and their new running back, Adrian Peterson,
Oh my God.
against the Los Angeles Rams on Sunday Night
Rams.
Football.
Yeah, Rams.
Rams.
Yeah, that's not even going to be.
Yeah.
Is that in L.A.?
That's in L.A.
Yeah.
that's
That's the Rams.
So,
gonna get bad.
not trying to be racist or anything, but
Too late.
But
When you say that,
It's
it just sounds, yeah.
is Cooper Kupp like the best wide receiver ever?
you know
yeah,
what?
just kind of like, I'm going to be honest. It's kind
Yeah,
of feel like
it's
how
pretty close.
people feel about Christian McCaffrey as a running back. I
Yeah.
ain't going to lie. You can couple them up together however you want to.
You know how people used to
Well,
say
yeah.
back in the day, oh, that white boy at cornerback, Jason Sehorn.
Yeah.
No, the only one that I can think of is Sunshine from. Come on, no.
Remember the
Titans.
Titans?
Science.
Man.
He was a quarterback.
Sorry. Oh wait, no, that's right. He was a quarterback. That's
I
right.
think
I'm
they-
terrible.
Christian's dad. He was
Ed
good.
Ed
McCaffrey?
McCaffrey was good too.
No,
But Christian
I
is
can
a
name a white
beast.
receiver better than Ed McCaffrey.
Go ahead.
Oh, you know what?
Steve Sargent.
I'm thinking Steve Martin right now.
No, Wes Welker.
Wes Walker.
Wes Welker. Oh man.
But
Brady
he's a
Amendola?
different. But
Yeah.
no, they're different
Amendola?
types
Yeah,
of.
Brady
of
made
They're wide
them.
receivers.
Brady made
But
them.
they're different types
It's the
of
Wes
receivers.
Welker-
Like
the
they're
Wes
much
Welker
flats and they
social
don't
Wes
really like.
Welker.
They
I mean-
come
Wes
across
Welker, not
like-
Welker.
If he could-
I know who your favorite white boy receiver is because it better be my favorite white boy receiver, Jared Vicious.
If he would have stayed healthy, because I watched Jared
Oh,
Vicious in
yeah,
Penn State.
Joe
I watched him
Jurevich.
at Penn State and with the Giants. So if he would have stayed healthy with the Bucks, but he got injured.
Imagine.
Yeah, just got injured.
But
And the
that's how I
Browns.
felt about what's my boy Solomon. They done let go and Adam Humphries. I like Humphries like that. I used to think Hump used to be so.
Not Tennessee.
Yeah, he
No, he in
in Washington now.
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
He caught the ball
What
and I
about,
was like, what?
What about Wayne Corbett?
Solomon smiling
The
too hard
Keyshawn
on
killer.
this.
Oh, a flashlight. I'm a star. He's a flashlight.
All right, it was Monday night.
Monday night. Oh my God. Monday Night Football. The Chicago Bears
Wait,
at
did
the
we do
Pittsburgh.
Sunday night?
That
Yeah.
was Sunday night.
That was Sunday night. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, we all took the Rams.
Okay.
The Chicago Bears at the Pittsburgh Steelers.
I'm
Y'all
going
hate
with
to
the
pick the
Steelers.
Y'all hate having to pick the Steelers.
Where they playing at? They playing in
They're
Pittsburgh.
playing in Pittsburgh.
Yeah, I'm going with the
Hey man.
Just
I wish I had a
say it.
throwaway game.
Just go.
And
well,
you
go
know,
ahead
you know
and
the
throw
sad part
away.
about it? You got to pick the Steelers against an Ohio State quarterback.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Y'all be really that serious about it? Oh my gosh.
Michigan is just
Y'all
nuclear
just
Holocaust
no,
land that you
y'all a
don't
little
wanna go
special
to.
needs. That's all
Okay.
I'm gonna think about.
And
If y'all
Pittsburgh
can't
is
say
just-
another team that hard, and you didn't like y'all playing for them.
No,
you ain't
just-
got no money on this.
Nope.
And you really struggling to say who.
I mean,
well, then go say
I don't
the
gotta
Bears.
say it.
Just
I
say
mean,
the Bears.
we know.
We gonna put you
I'm not
down
gonna
for
say
the
the
Bears. Are we
Bears.
putting you down for the Bears?
I'm not gonna say the Bears. I gotta try to
Okay.
catch up.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I mean,
so
Watch
you
the
going
Bears
for-
win.
You going with the Bears?
No, I'm
Okay.
not. I'm gonna go with that
That's
other
unanimous
team.
of the Steelers.
Kind of like the
Steelers.
team to the north. They're the team to the east. So team to the
Oh,
east.
Okay. Gosh, I thought I was gonna get me 2 more extra win under the belt.
All right, and then Thursday night football should be unanimous. Baltimore Ravens at the Miami Dolphins.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
Don't you,
There's not many. Yeah.
don't you guys say anything?
So should we, Shannon? Do you want to have a comment, or are we gonna save it for cover 2, talking about the whole Scottie Pippen situation?
Oh, y'all can save that for cover 2.
Scotty.
Okay.
Because I felt like with the whole Scottie Pippen thing, once I listened to the week play out, he sound like a hurt girlfriend. He do. He sound like a hurt
He got
girlfriend.
a book coming out. That's all
I
it
don't
is.
care about his book in that way,
That's
but the
it.
fact that you got so like, oh, we didn't. This is the thing. I'd be glad when people start taking ownership in themselves and take stock in yourselves. If Mike wanted you to be on his thing, don't do nothing for free. He wouldn't do yours for free. Think about your friend. He got pissed off. He said, oh, he got paid $10 million. Once I realized, and Solomon had to tell me, I was like, Solomon, what's the big deal? Sounds like it was Jordan's camera crew. So he owned the rights to that stuff. They were following him around, and y'all just happened to be on the team. So if y'all had a problem,
Blur my face.
But my thing is, if you had a problem about it, say, I need to get at least give me some
Cut me a
dollars up
check.
out of this. Cut me a check to do this. Don't
Buy
do
my
nothing
book,
for free.
Mike. Come on.
Right. And I think it's not. It wasn't Mike that didn't say that Scotty wasn't good. Like he
Exactly.
just-
Mike
it's-
has always
never
supported
said
Scotty.
nothing. It's Scotty.
It's Scotty that's
Scotty
hurt.
feel like a hurt girlfriend. Like Mike moved on without him.
I'll hold my comments for cover 2.
Go ahead. All right.
But Scotty ain't gonna like what I gotta say.
He ain't
I mean,
lying. He ain't
he
lying.
may not. He may not like what you say, but he don't like what the media says.
Because
So
they're
he's
stating
in his.
facts.
It is what it is. I guess, like I said, Scotty doesn't take away from his greatness in any way, shape, or form. I would have him on any of my teams. Like in his prime, I would have him on my teams because, like, he was clutch. Like you could
Listen,
shut it down.
I'll continue on cover 2, but there are certain combinations that go together and make each other better. Shaq and Kobe.
It could have been. That was a good
was a
one.
good one.
Way to go. Look at you. Saving Team Solomon. That is so sweet.
Shaq and Kobe, Stockton and Malone.
But even Shaq and
Hold on.
Penny were good.
Reg and Yetta.
Hold on. Montana and Rice.
Yep.
All those greats that go together.
Mark Price and Brad Doherty.
Young and Rice was fine.
Scotty was not Scotty without Michael.
Right. And Mike, who's this? Could they have gotten somebody else to go in his place?
Yes.
And
Michael
won a
was not Michael without
championship?
Scotty.
Yes, he
Serious?
was.
No, he wasn't.
No, he
Yes, he
wasn't.
was.
No, he wasn't.
Michael was gonna always be great, but the level of greatness you base it off of titles, and you needed that Scottie Pippen, that dog, right there with you,
Yep.
and that's what I take. So,
That's why both
is
of them
what
can't
it
win
is.
without the other.
right.
That's it.
Whatever.
I'm just saying.
Shaq won without Kobe. Kobe won without Shaq.
Yeah, but the pieces that they
But we ain't
had
talking
were
about
so
them.
similar. The pieces that Shaq won with was very similar in the sense that he was a dynamic ball handler and can also score. He was a threat. He could take the ball and do what he needed to. And Shaq did that after he left. He was getting a little elderly, so stop playing with
Boy,
it.
then he won the next year.
He was getting elderly. He was all beat up. Looking
The year
something.
after
With
Shaq
him
left
and
the
Wade,
Lakers, he won a championship in
I
Miami.
thought it was a year between.
It was
it.
the year after he left.
Well,
LA.
he still had a Wade who was similar in the sense of being like Kobe, a good, great ball handler, understood how to distribute, good decision maker. He didn't leave like he took a downgrade because he went to D Wade. That wasn't no downgrade.
Listen,
Stop playing.
Kobe won with somebody on his team named Smush.
I can't even. I'm not gonna. Even.
Smush.
On that note, this has been his, hers, and ours. I am Shannon Royal Davis.
Shout out to my man
co-host.
Smush Parker. This is Solomon Davis. You've been listening to his, hers, and ours. We'll catch you next week.
Have a good week, guys.
Yeah.